guys, so this is day one of the first MCSA 2016, and the first course is 740 Installation, Storage, and Compute with Windows Server 2016 here. And day one, normally there are introductions going on there, and then we go ahead with the course introduction as well, and the career talk, and some plan that what courses we should do to get a better job in the market. So there's a system administration side, and then there's a network side, and there's a programming side, and programming plus databases as well. So it depends on where your aptitude is, what do you love to do, what kind of tasks do you want to do. So we're going to talk about all that. So first of all, about me, I'm just having IT experience, 15 years plus experience in IT. Some have 25 plus, actually I should be writing here 20, not 15. And on system administration side, so I've been a system administrator of a university back home, and then a bank in, then I came here 8 years ago in Canada, and I was a system administrator in a bank here, Scotia Bank, and I was just handling all the Microsoft. I was in the Microsoft team, and I was handling Active Directory. Well, we're going to talk about that, but Exchange server for emails, BlackBerry servers for communicating with each other on cell phones, and SCCM server, which is System Center Configuration Manager, which is just deployment of software and changing on thousands of machines. Suppose there are 14 machines here, right? So if suppose you have 10,000 machines there, so how do you make changes there on all those machines? Maybe upgrade those machines, migrate those machines, put Windows updates there. So then there is SCOM there, SCOM, System Center Operations Manager, which is for monitoring. So you want to monitor which machine is started, which machine went down, and why did it go down. So you're going to, so you have to do a monitoring as well. So that is also a tool in system administrator's hand that you really want to learn as well. So I was doing all that, and VMware virtualization, then Office 365 as well. Now before I was doing system administration, and on weekend and evening just teaching, then I flipped it, and it is now teaching is the main job, because that's my passion. Then I do contracts now, which is they are like 3-month contract, 6-month contract, or sometimes just a 2-week, 3-week contract. They pay good, but it's just that it's just a contract for lesser hours, and the rest of the time I try to just teach in different colleges. So public colleges, I currently teach in George Brown College as well as Humber College and others. And Humber College, recently some other public colleges also contacted. Well, I keep applying, right? So that's why they contact. So the thing is that I'm teaching all the advanced courses there. I'm teaching cloud courses, virtualization courses, and MCSA. It has to be all job oriented, so we're going to really do a lot of labs here. We're going to go in depth with everything, and then other than that, there are different types of virtualization. So VMware virtualization, Microsoft virtualization, and then there's Citrix that is also related to virtualization. Also, email, you will go for Office 365 and all those. So whichever course is there for system administration side, I try to go for that course, but not for Linux. I haven't touched the Linux realm yet. I really want to jump into Linux as well, but I just have to have some time spared for that from the other courses. So the main thing is my concept of teaching a course is that you should learn it in such a way that you should be getting a job after that. Which again, as I mentioned before as well, that that's not really possible. Suppose you have some already experience in the IT field, then it's kind of possible. But if you don't have it, then you have to work double than others, those who have already experienced before. And so majority of students in colleges, they come to learn IT obviously, so they don't have previous experience. So that's where the hard work comes in. That if you really give your 200%, if you're ready to give your 200% now, even without experience before, you came from another field, and you're changing a field and now you're going for this career, if you really work hard, it is possible to get a 30 per hour job, 45 per hour job, 50 per hour job even. It is possible. Students have been proving it till now. So it's all sheer hard work in impossible circumstances. Like there's family, they were truck driver. He was having, I think, 12-hour job, and then family, and then he was doing all the labs at home, repeating every lab at home as well. That was not just one student I'm talking about. There are so many students who came from different careers. The only difference is they really worked hard in impossible circumstances. So the thing is, if you really work hard, there is no shortcut, but the time can be shorter if you really work hard now and go through all the concepts, repeat them at home, right? Repeat what lab we are doing here, repeat it at home, and try to make a summary of all the lecture and all. You have to really understand the concept, right? Then repeat the labs again and again. Suppose you are repeating all the labs, and there was a 2-hour lab we did, and click, 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 click. After 2 hours, okay, we reached the end. So now we know what we did, and we're like, what did we exactly do? So this means total waste of time, right? Do we understand what's going on? If you don't understand, stop and ask. It's your right. So if you do understand, you're good. If you don't understand, you just spent 4 hours there and you didn't get it. So please, do some other course, or this field is not for you, right? So you must understand first. Second thing is, if you don't work hard, you understand, okay, but you don't work hard for it. Again, you're wasting, that whole time is completely wasted if you don't work hard, right? So, you want to have a result out of this, right? If you want a result out of this, you really have to repeat. Repetition is the goal here, right now. So, the more you repeat, your confidence will be different. When you third time you're repeating, your confidence is totally different. When you talk, I have taken interviews in Scotiabank as well to some administrators. When I was assistant administrator in the university, I took some interviews. So the way people talk, we get right away, oh man, this guy knows what he's talking about. And the way they start, in 5-10 minutes, we get to know, no, I don't think this is our guy. The rest of the 45 minutes is just, hey, how are you? Fine, great, how's the weather? So we just pass time after that. So the thing is that they will know right away how much work hard, how much in-depth knowledge you have, the way you're going to talk, and the terminology that you're going to use there, right? So we're going to learn terminology here. I'm going to be throwing questions at you throughout the course, and I'm going to be referring to the interviews. Hey, are you going to tell me that in an interview? Suppose I'm asking you an interview. So I'll repeat it, I'll give you a concept, then I'll ask you, hey, can you repeat that concept? Suppose you are giving an interview for a 45 per hour job. Are you going to give the answer this way or that way? So just think of it that after this course, I'm going to give interviews, right? So I have to work hard on that level to really be ready for the job market, right? So the thing is, if you come to the class, make sure that you are determined and that you will be repeating the lab at home. You're going to be doing some investment, if possible, to get a new hardware. And also, you need to get ready to apply for the job market as soon as you finish 3, 4, 5, or 6 combination of courses, and you have to certify as well. In US, they go for experience more, but here in Canada, they go by the book, which means our HR department needs a A+ certification, MCA certification, Cisco certification, and VMware. If you are certified, then you're okay. Otherwise, sorry, next one. Maybe the next guy has certification but has no experience and no knowledge. So, but they go by the book. So you must be certified as well, right? So that's very important. So we're gonna. This is day 1 for 740. I'm talking about well, first I talked about myself. Now it's your introduction as well. So these are some of the questions I carved out, and you can answer these questions to introduce yourself. Your name, if you work in a company, then the company name, your job designation and nature of work, any certifications you have already done, how much hours you would want to give as home study for this course daily. Well, daily is okay, but at least within the week, how much hours you want to give. And are you a hard worker or a smart worker? Well, that is a trick question. But anyway, the thing is that I just want to know how you really go for it. So you can just read the questions and you can answer, and that would be your introduction as well. And
All right.
yes, sir.
My name is Cheryl Hines.
Yeah, right now you're having some throat
Yeah.
situation. Mm-hmm.
I've been into the industry about 20, 15 years.
15 years in the IT. Okay, cool.
From DOS days, I've known Sun, Linux,
Oh,
Microsoft, MCP.
okay. MCP already. Microsoft Certified Professional. Okay.
I'm Unix certified.
Unix certified. Okay.
But Unix is not
Good.
anymore.
But that experience, that knowledge really adds to, suppose you're going to go for Red Hat or at CSA, because every bank, every big company has Red Hat.
Right.
So
Red
you
Hat
already
is
are.
such a free software, everything. I'm A plus.
All right, congrats. That is like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
You got it.
So the nature of the design and well, I've been into the electrical, electronics, and computer field for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on part-time right now, so that's why I'm doing the course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have a permit, a work
Okay.
permit, so I have to be doing this.
Okay.
What do I expect from this course?
Mm-hmm.
Certification.
All right.
That's one of the reasons why I'm doing my certifications.
Okay. So friends are always, encouraging friends. That's good.
Right. So
Yeah.
that is it for me.
And you're a hard worker or a smart worker?
I'm smart.
All right.
I'm smart.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah.
My name is Asif. Personally, I'm driving taxi and working for a taxi company and driving taxi. And my experience in last 15 years, I was in the aviation industry. Actually, I have my commercial pilot license, and which is I don't fly. So
Wow. Okay.
that's but I'm changing my career due to my one is my medical. I have high blood pressure, so I can't fly anymore.
Okay.
So I have to do something like IT industry. I choose IT industry because I'm more into tech challenges. I'm a person who want to do the jobs what others can't do. If somebody tells me they can't do it, I want to go and prove that I can do it. So I'm a person in that caliber.
Cool.
So, and my expectation to make a decent money and run a family.
Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's me.
Cool.
I can say I'm a hard worker, plus I'm a smart worker as well. I work hard and I work smart.
All right. Depends on the situation as well. With some situations, we really need to work hard, and then when we're repeating that again and again, then we start going smart. Okay, how can I do it in a shorter amount of time?
Shorter way of doing
Yeah.
I can't say I'm lazy, but I would always want to find to do things. It's easier way than going the longer way.
Cool.
That's
good. Cool. All right. So yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Arman Jerry. I don't work at a company at the moment, and I have a certification in our field. IT is pretty new to me, and I want to have general idea about it, and I want to get into more of this field, but it might be related in my other field, and it can be electrical. And I just want to spend as much time as I can, and I'm trying to do it. And
Good.
I am expecting scores to be promoted, and I will see how it goes.
All right.
And I just want to have IT certification, but I also want to pursue another field.
Oh, okay. 2 fields. That's good.
Yes, I'm kind of a hard worker, but maybe also smart worker.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Sanat Baraka. I'm not employed right now.
Mhm.
I previously worked for a demo laboratory. I don't have any certification. I'm 6-7 weeks into a 1-year program, so I'm really not sure what direction I'm headed. In terms of home study, I believe you should dedicate yourself, as much as you can, whatever free time you have.
Mhm.
There's really no other way, I guess.
Mhm.
Expectations, again, like Cheryl said, like certification. That's what's most important. Hard worker, smart worker, yet to be determined. It depends. If I'm engaged, then
Definitely.
it's fine.
Definitely,
I'm engaging.
hard work is, I've seen that very good. So I see that spark of dedication as well. But now the tough times are coming. Tough courses are coming now.
Of course.
So this will be tested now.
Oh, wait.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hard worker, smart worker? You said that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, yeah. So thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, I'm Ruzman Boniani. Currently unemployed due to an injury I had. I used to be a geomatic field technician, mostly construction layout.
Oh.
But I graduated back in 2002 from Seneca College from Computer Systems Technology.
Oh.
Mostly AS400, Unix,
Oh.
scripting. Worked for IBM and CGI.
Okay.
As a disaster recovery and monitoring center.
Oh.
Until I was basically
Mhm.
laid off and shifted to work.
In
Where the
construction.
pay was.
Exactly. We need to run the
Yeah.
family.
Back then, IT wasn't paying that well.
Oh.
And until last year, I got severely injured and pretty much decided to shift back into IT.
Mhm.
Most of my certification I had, they're all pretty much, they're not valid anymore.
But IT.
IT.
Oh, okay.
I had some. I had even Nobel certification.
Noel. Okay.
Yeah.
That goes way
That's a long
back.
time.
Yeah.
NT, Windows NT, and then Noel.
Mostly mine was Solaris.
Noel was really successful at that time. Yeah. Solaris. Okay. So you two Linux gurus here. Okay.
So you know about token ring. So you usually work with IBM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also IBM.
No, I've done IBM.
Okay. Yeah.
But I work with token.
Okay.
As much as I can, because just,
Mhm.
to me, what I believe is
Mhm.
practice gives you experience,
Yeah.
and experience, you continue on practice and becomes your character, second nature. So I believe in that. So hard work, balance of hard work and smart work, to me, all the time, balance is the most important.
Mhm.
What do I expect from this course?
Mhm.
Hands-on, practical concept that I can grasp
Mm.
and I can keep for
Cool.
years to come.
Mhm.
That's my
All right. Expectation. Cool. And you talk about last one as well. Cool. Balance between. So definitely, where hard work is required, go for it. Where smart work is required, then go for that. So definitely, that's good. Thank you, sir. And so let's get going. And I do go with this slide as well, and then we're gonna go introduction with the course. We're gonna do some career talk first, and then we're gonna go for this course, and we're gonna go into action today. Day one is action day. So we start our lab as well. Are you the easygoing type? It's your choice either to be lazy and simply attend the class, nod to the instructor, pretending you understand everything he said, go home and, okay, ignore that. Watch movies, actually there are some good ones, Netflix. And stay being too busy to have time. But I understand you're busy. Definitely you're busy here. But since you come here, you have some kind of plan. You're determined right now to change, make a change in your life, right? So in that case, I'm saying that you have to be really determined now that I'm going to change the current situation, and I'm going to get a 35, 45 per hour job, and I'm going to make it happen. So, or are you the active and hardworking type? Try to understand what instructor is saying. Let me know if I am going fast. Well, there are so many topics there, but I'm going to go at your pace, right? So I want it to be as comfortable to you, but there are many tough things coming your way. So that's my job, to make it easy and make sure that not only that you get it, are you working on it? Did you repeat that? Are you confident on it? So just getting it now is not enough. Are you confident on it? That's where you need to reach for each topic, right? So ask me to repeat what you don't understand. Not shy of asking simple and easy questions. Questions are welcome. Just keep them coming, right? The more questions, the better. About the topic. That's the big one. So, so how's about a teacher? Is that about the topic? No. Okay. So work on your home lab and SMS me, email me with screenshots, or call me if you're stuck. I wish that was true. $20 per minute. I was expecting to raise that to $50 per minute, but yeah, just ignore that. So the thing is, we're going to be creating our WhatsApp group, and when you're repeating at home, and it's not that I'm expecting that you will repeat it at home. I'll make sure that you repeat it at home, because that's good for you. I can also just do blah 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 and just give a lecture and give some lab here and go, right? I can ignore that. I can just ignore what you're doing, right? Or I can really go after you and make it happen for you, right? So if I'm working hard with you, so I expect you to work harder than me, right? So you need to work really hard, because at the end of it, you are expecting a 35 per hour job. Well, no high hopes in Canada, but the thing is that many students, some students among many, are having very good jobs now, and that's how they started. The way you're starting it now, that's exactly how they started. They were coming from different fields, different backgrounds, no IT background, or some IT background, or IT background way back. This scenario is very common. But some of you are determined at the end of the 7 courses to get a good job, 30 per hour, 40 per hour, right? Or even start from 25 per hour, 20 per hour. But after that, you should be doing that. But the only difference between among you would be who really worked hard on it, who really understood, repeated the lab, did the certification. I'm gonna prep you for interview as well. You just have to follow up with me as well. But I have a video created for interview that is a 4-hour video. Some students just forced me into having a class. Hey, how to give interviews? And I was not ready. Then I prepared it. Then all my experience I showed in that video. And when you're going out from this academy, this college, specifically with suppose you don't have any IT experience, how would you politically give the interview? What answers you should give that are correct, yet they are not exactly what they're asking. They're expecting experience which you don't have, suppose, and you're still going to answer that will satisfy them. Then okay, let's try, because there's always 3-month probation period as well, right? They check you. They'll check everyone actually. Even if you're a real big expert, they still have 3-month probation period. They can fire you anytime within 3 months, right? But once you're inside, then give it your best. And majority, 99%, they're always good once you're in. So how to get the interview call? One student who has done some courses, not all, he's not getting calls right now. And he's worried. He's giving me WhatsApp message. I told him, hey, this is the plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 7 courses you do. After that, expect calls. And those who did it, they are expecting calls, and they are getting calls as well. But if recruiters don't call you, well, what can you do then? You cannot just go to any random company. Hey, this is my resume. Can you take interview of me? It's not like that. You have to put your resume, a good resume, a catchy resume on Indeed.com, Monster.ca, or Glassdoor.ca, or ZipRecruiter.ca, whichever, right? But they should call you. So, but did you do the combination of courses that are really in demand in the market? You didn't? Then don't expect calls. So the plan, I'm putting that plan now here, right? The thing is that it does work for majority of the students. Those with different circumstances, they worked hard, they didn't work hard. The thing is that you really give 200%, then there's a plan here. So, okay, works on hands-on labs, minimum 2 hours daily. So, well, the thing is that if just repeat the lab, what we did today, repeat it at home before the next class. Repeat it at home before the next class. Best is make screenshots of every step. Make screenshots of every step. They will go a long way to help you to redo the lab after, because it's a 4-hour torture video. I call it torture, or if you want, you cannot sleep, then you can just start the video and I'm talking, and after that, oh, okay, you go to sleep. So it's that too. So that's why you have no excuse there that I don't have a material. The video will be given to you right away. Repeat the lab at home. Understand, make sure you understood what we did. If you don't know what we did, that's a big problem, right? So I'll be cross-questioning you, and the way you answer, I will understand right away that where are you, right? How much of it you know, and how much is. Suppose it's not about I'm not asking you to memorize, right? But the way you will answer me, I will get to know that okay, he has interest. He is gaining interest. He is working harder than before now. The improvements are there, right? So the thing is that this is we're gonna work together. But the thing is, you must really understand, repeat the labs, do the certifications, and be ready for the job market, right? As soon as possible. But what courses we need to do, I'm gonna tell you that too. So first of all, if IT is your field from now on, then you need a good hardware first. That's where really we're stuck. Minimum i7 quad-core processor, 32 GB, or if you're lucky, 64 GB RAM. You can get that. Minimum 500 GB SSD drive. So these three things are whichever desktop or laptop has i7 quad-core, 32 or 64 GB RAM, and 500 GB minimum SSD drive. Don't go for 250 GB SSD drive because it will fill up after you create a lot of machines there. Go for 500 GB SSD drive. If you need address for that, I'm just gonna send you that address. One is in Etobicoke, that guy. One is in Mississauga. And just do your research as well. That any of the refurbished laptops or desktops that has minimum i7 quad-core, 32 GB RAM, and SSD drive. So without good hardware, I mean, it's not very easy to follow all the courses. And if you're not doing it at home, then it's a big problem. So you can have a desktop computer or laptop or a server as well. Servers are also cheap. They are just big and noisy, and they do take up hydro as well. But people do put them in the basements or they put it in the closets. The big servers, they are $300 or $400 here in the shop as well. Or you can better go for laptop. You can just take it anywhere and keep on practicing, or a heavy duty laptop for that matter. If you're going to practice in car as well, so go for a car charger for a laptop. There's a car charger for laptop as well, right? Mm-hmm.
I just bought one and it's cheap.
Good. How much?
$18.
Oh, okay. Where? I'll Computer. Okay.
Canadian allowance.
Okay, got it.
You just get an inverter as well.
It's like
Plug your adapter.
I mean, the charger with the
Car charger.
charger.
Like it has to be in that cigarette hole.
Cigarette hole.
Yeah, it's an inverter.
Uh huh.
You're just plugging your AC adapter to the
AC
inverter.
adapter,
Yeah.
100. Any laptop would take like 75 watts of
Mm-hmm.
draw, so any inverter over 75 watts is fine.
It's gonna work.
Canadian Tire, I bought them like $10.
Cool. So here, search for used ones or on Kijiji or used computer suppliers, and I can give you the address as well. There are some guys who are selling it in $600, $700. Otherwise, it's $1,100, $1,200. And this guy here, NetPlus shop. Majority of the students also bought from here because then the shop is there, then you can go there and hey. But I think they are closing it. But if they haven't closed yet, they've been arranging laptops, good ones. Okay, so if we go ahead, key to success is dedication, and we're going to make sure that we are job ready within 6 to 7 months. If we really work hard, there is no shortcut to anything. The thing is that if you really work hard, you can really change that, and students have been proving that in different colleges here, and it's amazing. I mean, amazing stories are there, and they are right now consultants. 6 months ago, they were someone else. Now they call them IT consultants. And it's good to hear when they say that because we saw how much hard work they put there, right? And they just kept on repeating. That's repetition is the main thing, right?
Is it a different college or this college?
This college, many. Other colleges, like these colleges, many. Many. It's not like few. Many are IT consultants now. So the thing is, the only thing is sheer hard work and have a plan, obviously. Okay, so memberships. Oh yeah, so we're gonna have that. I'm going to tell you. So before we go for reality check here, I'm just going to go for and the exam. I still want to talk about a bit more. Now we have MCSA 2016 certifications. Before we had MCSA 2012. So if you go to Indeed.com, now this is what is Indeed.com. We all know that, right? Recruiter site. That's one of the top ones actually. There are others, but this is the top one. If I go for where GTA and I put MCSA there, so are there any jobs in GTA Greater Toronto area for MCSA? And I press enter, and it starts then technical support specialist. And if I click that, now all kinds of jobs are there, but they do mention MCSA, but they then do mention other things as well. MCSA and CCNA is a plus. Computer diploma, you should know LAN WAN. Then if I go for desktop support analyst, and it also goes for MCSA Mac OS as well, A plus, Net plus, MCSE ITIL, and then you keep on going IT coordinator, and that is also MCITP or MCSA only. Network administrator, then it goes to bigger jobs as well that do require MCSA, Citrix, Exchange, SharePoint, SQL. This is a level 3 job. CCNA, MCSE, VMware, VCP as well. So if you always keep an eye on the market. Hey, I'm doing this course, this course, this course. Go to the market, type CCNA there and GTA. Type CCNA and wherever you live, Scarborough. Type first that. In my Scarborough, how many jobs are there for CCNA? How many jobs are there for MCSA? Oh, I don't find any one job on MCSA. Why am I even doing this course? So you should check independently. Are you on the right track or not? Right? So I'm taking you there and I'm telling you the ground reality. Yes, you're on the right track. Right? That MCSA and it goes on. I mean, like if you keep on going, it's all Vaughan, Mississauga. It's GTA, right? So Toronto, Oakville, Toronto. It goes on, and that's the first page. Then second page, third page, fourth, fifth, sixth, right? So this is MCSA. Then there's Azure and AWS, where I'm just gonna really push you hard to go there because that's the latest market trend. And then when I type here, first I type here Azure. Now I'm typing here AWS and Azure for GTA. First I typed here MCSA. So there are so many jobs for AWS Azure there. Cloud system administrator, $80,000 per year, $100,000, $125 software engineer, and then hybrid cloud. It goes on. So that's where you're going actually. This is, if you want to stick to system administration, this is where you really need to go up to that level. 69 an hour, seriously, which one is that? Oh, senior system engineer, okay. So they need AWS Azure, but they need also Linux gurus, Unix and Linux gurus. So the network engineer, Cineplex, again, they need that. It goes on, right? So you can see that in GTA, if I go further down, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and more pages there. So we get the idea that VMware, AWS, Azure, MCSA, it's a combination as well. It's not just one course. It's always a combination of courses that would really attract recruiters, and you will get, all that calls from recruiters. So the calls are a must. They must be coming there to you. Now, if you go back there, Monster.ca used to be very good. I used to receive a lot of calls from Monster.ca. Now, I keep giving interviews all year, just for fun as well, and also just to know that what is going on in the industry. And if it's a very good job, okay, let's just take it. Otherwise, it's all my passion to teach, so and it's paying better. Now there are so many certifications. Then what sort of certs should I go for in order to apply for a system administration jobs ranging from 25 hour up to 80 hour? Now I was thinking that it's a myth that it is 80 per hour. Anyone would be having that. So one of my students, he had a lot of infrastructure experience, but he went with the recommendation I gave: Office 365, VMware, AWS, Azure. Do these 4 courses plus Cisco CCNA there. He did all those courses as well, but he had some experience, infrastructure experience. So now he got a job in, I think, Dell, 60 per hour. So that is like blown away. But he has also storage experience as well. But there are good jobs if you really work hard. If you have experience, you already are golden in the market. If you don't have experience, still there are people getting that. Yeah.
It's depressing because I can do all of those things. I'm a dead
thing is,
because of this PR, I can't get.
no, even that. Make
The
your
hardware? No.
Yeah, I can.
Well, hardware is.
Yeah, hardware is straightforward.
no. It's not hardware. Storage. You need to know storage.
Storage.
SAN.
No, that's what I
SAN.
was asking. Like,
Uh-huh.
if his certification is if it's hardware, like.
A plus.
Or
No,
like,
he
storage.
did a lot more than that.
I did my certified in there. But because of the PR,
SAN.
yes, I've done that.
Man, you're like, just get PR. You're like 40, 50 per hour. You're good for that. But do all the certifications as well for HR department and make yourself so, present yourself in a way, they will actually give you the PR.
That's why I'm pushing. And I need somebody to push me to. I'm hoping somebody serious in here.
Yeah, and whenever he talks, he's just looking at the last row. So last seat. So you're his best friend. You need to push him, man.
I want somebody
Especially for a
serious.
fifth story. No, just kidding. So
No, I need somebody who's serious because
exactly.
we need
Group
to
it
push each
together.
other.
Yeah.
Because certification. And
That's it.
1 week, you figure certificate stuff.
That's it.
So you just
Good.
need to push. You need to push. You need to push.
Good. So guys, there's that plan that I normally offer. I just keep an eye on the market all the time. I give interviews. I keep on applying as well. And then I keep an eye on the Indeed.com. Put MCSA, how many more jobs? Never ending, right? Put VMware, put AWS Azure, put CCNA. So they all have combinations there. So this is the plan here for system administration side. If it's not network side, suppose you ask Masarik or Musaddiq there, those are network guys there, right? They might go for a separate plan. But system administration side, if you're done with these certifications, as I told you before as well, that CCIE, that's a PhD of Cisco, right? That's a top certification, an expensive one. They are coming for some of these certifications just to have a good combination on the resume. So the first is a must-have courses. This is MCSA. 2012 or 2016, whichever. Even now, 2012 is good. It's required in the market. They would know that you have the proper knowledge there for Microsoft networks because banks are running on that, insurance companies, hospitals are running on that. Then there is Microsoft Exchange 2017, 2016. 2019, 2013, whichever you give, or better go for its online version or cloud version, which is in Office 365. Now, when we say Office 365, it is not Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Never think that this is Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Office 365 is combination of three big courses. One is Exchange Server, that is for all emails. Second is SharePoint, that is a separate licensing, separate course that is included here in that. And the third one is Azure Active Directory. Fourth one is Teams, which is meetings and conferences, and there's a lot of features and meetings and conferences there. So Office 365 is really pretty much in majority of the companies they have it there. If you have that certificate, this is a level 2, level 3. So when we did that Office 365 course, students were coming from, they were managers or system administrators in different companies in the evening, and it is a tough course, so this is really in demand in the market. So first must have is NCSA, whichever, 2012, 2016, 2019, when it releases. Office 365 is the second must have course. Then good to have, which means after you're done must have, you should go for SCCM, which is if you're an expert in that server, you can control like thousands of machines from one server. You can upgrade them, you can migrate them. Then there's that's good to have MCSA. Then there's this VCP, that's a must have. And the other good thing about this VCP is that this is one of the few colleges which is authorized college, right? Officially VMware authorized college. So if you're here doing VMware, then you can actually be considered as officially as VCP, because I'll be connecting you then. I'll be giving you the official VMware site, and we'll be sending your contact to the VMware as well. Humber College, my VMware class is starting there as well in December, and Humber College is not an authorized college. I don't know what's wrong with those guys. George Brown is, I think it is, or maybe it's not. Durham College. These are big colleges, and they don't know that they should be authorized, and they can actually afford that very well, but they're not. So we are authorized college, so that's why, and this is must have. So CCIE, CCNPs, they have to do VCP here, VMware certified professional. So this is a must-have. So then we go for Citrix. This is good to have. This is application virtualization. Majority of the large companies have that Citrix administrator. All banks, governments, they have that Citrix. ITIL is for change management. This is something that you can, if you didn't give that, companies will make you give that, right? So I was in Scotiabank there. I had already done ITIL. This is change management. That okay, you want to change the RAM of a computer. So do you have a plan there to document everything, get approval from everyone, and get a downtime there, and then execute the job. So change management. You document everything, right? So that is ITIL. Companies are interested that you should be ITIL. It's good. Those who are with ITIL and without, there's a difference. Then they can easily choose an ITIL. So CCNA, very, very, very important. You must know that how branches are connected. You must know how switches are working. You must know how routers are working. RxCSA is Red Hat certified system administrator. That is Linux, guys. So if you are Red Hat certified, so you should be an expert either in any one of the operating system. One is MCSA for Windows operating system, and one is Linux. If you are expert in both, that's a big wow. Otherwise, any one of the operating system you should be an expert in, right? So for Linux background, or if you know Linux, do mention it in the resume. If you're MCSA and then you know Linux as well, your resume is much more attractive with the cloud technologies, obviously. So everything now is, if your resume has cloud mentioned, it's already attractive. If it doesn't mention cloud, then it's kind of, it's not that attractive anymore. So RxS is there. Then there is the must have that comes, and that is Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services. These are the top two cloud contenders there. That Google Cloud is also really jumping up. I'm going to try to push that. We are offering already on Saturday in this college two courses in one course, and that is Azure and AWS. But I'll try to push the GCP, which is Google Cloud as well, so you can compare the third major cloud, which some companies here have. But majority of the companies here have Azure and AWS. So again, the must-haves, I'm just going to repeat that. First must-have course is MCSA 2016. Second must-have is Office 365. Third must-have is VMware VCP 6.5. Without that, don't leave the college without this. VMware. This is an authorized college. So, and this certification is on your resume, plus cloud. Wow. So the combination is going to be very good. So and then ITIL is the fourth must-have. Then fifth must-have is CCNA, and then the sixth must-have is then Azure AWS. So these must-haves, if you have that. Now these are not, as again I said that there's no shortcut. Just if you're repeating those, you're understanding the concept, you're good. If you're not repeating, then it's kind of a pastime here now, right? You better do something, do something better then, which really gives you some benefit. So here you have to really be dedicated. There's a plan here. I'm going to be sending you that slide. You can just put your plan there. Hey, this is my plan. MCSA, Office 365, VMware, ITIL, CCNA, and Azure AWS. Within 6, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year, I need to do all that, and I'm going to really understand all that. I'm going to repeat all that. So then I should be ready for the job, right? So many of the students are actually have gone through that. When MCSA 3 courses were done, some students started repeating all the labs of first 740, then 741, then 742. They started repeating. Now one of those guys who I thought was a total beginner at the start, I was like thinking in my mind, he might not even make it in the IT. He's in CompuGen now. The only thing is he kept on repeating crazily. All the labs, understood all the topics, watched the videos several times, many times, and put all the summary there. And I was not sure about that particular guy, but he's now in CompuGen. He's earning, it's better. I was not expecting that kind of job from him. Only sheer hard work. That's it. So people are making differences. He was a total beginner, and he was not even sharp. I mean, there are sharp students, right? He was not even sharp. So he was, what is this? Oh, okay. And, oh, that is this. Oh, can you explain again? I was like, really? You know how many sharks are sitting outside? How many people are trying to grab that job? How can this guy? The only thing is the work hard. It was crazy. He had his doctor was saying, don't sit in front of computers anymore. please don't. So he had to take 2 weeks off from computer. His eyes were so much affected, and he was totally red eyes. And I was telling him, please don't work, please. And he was giving 8 hours, 7 hours just on labs. Yes, he well deserved it. The job he got now in IT. So, and he had no experience before joining. So the thing is, the hard work, repetition, you understand first what's going on. So I'm going to be asking you again and again, I'm going to be pushing you towards that goal of getting a 45 per hour job. But do you respond to that push or not? It's up to you, right? The choice is again yours. Are you determined to get that job in shortest amount of time? So, well, there's no shortcut, but shorter amount of time. That's what I'm pushing towards, right? Okay, so always better to group together and do certifications. If you're going for 740, 741, 742, group together, help each other, and helping each other is not only a good thing. The other thing is you sharpen your troubleshooting. When you help others, your troubleshooting skills are sharpening. So you always benefit when you help others. So first thing is that proves that you're a team player. Because in the job interview, they always ask, are you a team player? Okay, so some other colleague, you have your own tickets to resolve and some other colleague is stuck. Would you help him? So yes, you should help, but not at the cost of not resolving your tickets. You have to do your work as well, but also help. So that's called team player, multitasking as well, right? So are you a team player here? So that's why I'm saying that help each other and do all the labs. Try to explain the concept to others as well who are struggling to understand. But if you help, it's always your benefit. You learn from that. Your market needs troubleshooters. If you cannot resolve issues, then it's kind of if you cannot troubleshoot an issue, then what good are you, right? So they hire you because they need you to really troubleshoot and resolve all the issues coming to their big networks, right? So if you know that network inside out, if you have really troubleshooted with others, if you any problem comes to others, oh, what is this? You at once come to that, this is the issue, and you resolve it. Wow, you're a troubleshooter now. So the person that asked, he did not gain anything. You gained a lot by resolving his issue, right? So in VMware, you will find a lot of problem. In MCSA, there will be a lot of troubleshooting that you will face. So we're going to really check this out. Now, what is this course cover? I want to talk about that, but before that, what is the exam strategy here, right? So MCSA 2016 have 3 exams here. Why 3? Why not 1, right? So we are on our way to become MCSA 2016. The thing is, there's exam 70-740, installation, storage, and compute with Windows Server 2016. So, MCSA 2012 was easier. 2012. This is 2016, right? 2012, why it was easier? The first exam had simpler topics. And by no means they were simple, but they were simpler. But the second exam had a bit tougher topics. Then the third exam has the toughest topics. So here, they're putting all tough topics on the first one, 740. So I was scratching my head, what is the strategy here? So if you do 740, you're like tough enough already. But you have to really repeat that. There will be confusion there as well because there's failover clustering lab. We're going to be doing a crash test on that. So we're going to create a full failover cluster lab, and we're going to crash one server, and on the top, service on the top of that should be still working while the server below it has just crashed. The service will just fail over to the other surviving server, right? Proving that is not easy, right? But and then there is Hyper-V virtualization. So you must know Hyper-V virtualization, and we're going to do live migration of virtual machines on virtualization, Hyper-V, and we're going to do also replicas, which means that one virtual machine is in one physical server, second virtual machine is in a second physical server. If the active machine physical server goes down, it will fail over its services to the passive machine on the other server. So end users will not be disconnected, right? So proving that step by step is the challenge, and you have to repeat it. You have to do it with me, then you have to repeat it at home as well, right? Critical labs you should repeat 3 or 4 times. One failover clustering lab that is coming in the 740 exam, that one Humber student, he did it at least 10 times. I was asking him, I know you're free, but 10 times? Are you kidding me? Sir, it is very important. In last interview it came and I was not able to answer. Now it's bring it on. Now he's doing a good job now. That was like 2 years ago. So, but he repeated that lab so many times because so many questions he could not answer in the interview. After that, he was like, you ask anything, he was answering. So, people are showing impossible dedication, but they're making it happen. So 741 is the next exam after that, and that is certification networking with Windows Server 2016. And the third one is then the identity with Windows Server 2016, and that has some cloud labs there as well. But the thing is that how secure is your network, how you network your Windows environment, and how do you install, how the storage works there, and how this whole installation, how can you deploy over the network. So all that is in 740. So more tougher topics have been gathered into 740. That's the first course. So you can survive this. You can survive pretty much anything after that.
ADS is on the last one, or like the ADS, Active Directory Service?
No, that's in all three.
In all three.
The whole MCSA revolves around Active Directory Domain Services, ADDS. So, in-depth Active Directory is in last one, yes.
Okay.
In-depth Active Directory.
Policies and
Oh yeah, group policy has a full separate section in the last one. So we're going to touch the first one with group policies, but last one has in-depth group policies.
yeah.
Last one is a job grabber.
For me, it's like the little bit challenging
Oh,
part.
bring it on. We're here to really resolve those challenges now. So, alright guys, we talk about that there are three courses, and these are the names and these are the codes. Normally we just stick to the codes there. Oh, you've done 740? Oh, you're doing 741 or 742. But the names are these. Installation storage is the first one. So, because it's first one, that doesn't mean it's the easier one. It's the toughest one. I'm telling you now. But it's all that if you are determined, nothing is impossible, right? If you're repeating, then it's not impossible. You have the video, just follow everything there. In fact, all the jokes we're going to do here will be recorded as well, so it's fun to watch that video as well. So learning should be fun because it's tough. It should not be dry, and you should not be like, come on, teach, are you kidding me? So that's why we're going to have a fun environment, but we really need to understand that. And the eyes on the prize, 35 or 45 per hour job. Eyes should be always on the prize, right? So then make a plan, invest on the good hardware at home, repeat every lab as much, at least minimum once you have to. So whatever we create today, create it at home, exact same environment. On top of that environment, we're going to start building more things. Then on that environment, we're going to keep on building until the end of the course. So your whole environment should be exactly the same as the environment we're going to create here, right? So that will be the test environment, this will be the class environment. So get a good hardware, that's something that you should plan at least, right? That, yeah.
Completing these three will give me MCSA.
Yes, MCSA.
And I see MCP. What is that?
MCP would be any one course.
Anyone?
Yeah. Yeah, MCSA is what is more demanded in the market.
Yeah.
So you type MCSA in Indeed.com, long list of jobs. But it's not only MCSA, but MCSA is one of the main requirements there.
You have to have network.
Yeah, networking.
Cloud now.
For engineer, like you need 4 more, right?
MCSE, 2 more.
2 more.
So total 5 will be there if you want to be MCSE, which is engineer.
But these
Otherwise,
are
it's
the core.
this is good. I mean, MCSA, if you are going for others, yeah, these are core. And these are good enough because you're going to go for VMware as well. You're going to go for cloud as well. So these 3 are good enough for the market.
Kind of a smart ass question.
Yeah.
The Office 365, would it be considered part of the MCS?
It has its own MCSA track. This is infrastructure track.
Okay, but would it be a credit toward MCSC, let's say, if you do 365?
No. So that is cloud. This is infrastructure, on-premises infrastructure.
Just because of the exchange.
Yeah, Exchange and Teams, and then there are long lists, and there are core strategies there. SharePoint is there, and then also Link. It is actually going to be Link.
SharePoint is that OneNote.
SharePoint is a big server that you can share files in. It can connect to any of the banking software. It can connect to any of the other insurance company software, and then they can dump into that.
How about Office Project, like Microsoft Project? Would
Yeah.
that be part of Office 365?
That is Office 365 end user application, yes.
Or-
Project, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Project, Visio, they're all part of Office 365 end user. We're talking about then Office 365, the level 3 administrator, which is Exchange, SharePoint, Teams, and this Azure Active Directory.
This MS Project is like, nowadays it's all like centralized, like
Yeah,
multiple people are working on one.
yeah, collaboration. It's all in Office 365 as well. For Visio as well, the same thing. For Word, Excel, PowerPoint, same thing. Alright guys, so we're talking about these courses. We're going for the 740 and we need to check that what are the topics there in 740 and how do we, where's the outline here. So let's have a visit to this Microsoft Skills being measured website, and the main thing I show on the day one is skills being measured. So Microsoft says, oh, you say you are 740, okay, and you say that you passed after spending this money, $165, installation, storage, and compute with Windows Server 2016. So do you know these skills? So what are the skills Microsoft is expecting if you think you have done the exam? So what do you know from these topics? Install Windows servers in host and compute environments, implement storage solutions, implement Hyper-V, Windows containers, high availability, that's a big topic as well, 4-hour lab, high availability, maintain and monitor server environments. So what do you know among that? And when you go for plus, then they say that, hey, you should know all this. And that's a lot of stuff, right? So Microsoft says if you are really saying that you've done that, so this install, upgrade, and migrate servers and workloads. This objective may include, but is not limited to, determine Windows 2016 installation requirements. So today we're going to be installing, actually we're going to be installing 2016 the first and last time today, and determine appropriate Windows Server 2016 additions per workloads. Install Windows Server 2016. Install Windows Server 2016 features and roles. Install and configure server core. So Windows Server 2016 is GUI and server core is CLI. What's the difference between GUI and CLI?
Graphics versus command line.
Exactly. So click, 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 click. When we click, click here, it is called GUI or GUI. GUI, graphical user interface. GUI. And then CLI is command line interface. So if you're giving commands here in CMD, obviously, then so can you install Windows Server Core in command line? So once you install Server Core, how do you give commands and tell Windows what to do? What commands do you know to tell Windows, okay, I want to install DNS now, I want to install DHCP, I want to work on that. So all that. So we're going to install Server Core there to know that and run some commands there to know, okay, that's how we install it and that's how we run commands and that's how we configure it and connect it to domain. So then there's manage Windows Server Core installations using PowerShell. So we're going to do that from PowerShell, from command line as well, and from remote management capabilities. How can you remotely connect to a server core when it is installed? So we're going to do that. We're just going to enable RDP there, remote desktop protocol there, and we're going to try to implement and understand that. So then there is implement Windows PowerShell desired state configuration to install and maintain integrity of installed environments. So DSC or desired state configuration. So suppose you have here multiple servers. Okay, that was a diagram from. Suppose you have multiple servers here, and suppose you got a 35 per hour job, right? And the boss says, hey, you're going to be handling actually these 80 servers. If you're good, I'm going to look at you, I'm going to see your performance, and if you're good, I'm going to give you the rest of the 200 servers as well later to manage all those servers. So DSC is what? DSC says that okay, you have configured all the servers with some configuration there that all the applications installed in that, there is specific configuration there. The operating system has Service Pack 1. Service Pack 1 are just latest updates, full of all the updates. So all the machines are updated here. There are some configurations you have done on all 50 servers. Now DSC checks that every 15 minutes if anyone has changed any configuration. It checks on every server, whichever you told it to check. It's going to check every 15 minutes. If somebody has changed, oh, there was a latest update installed here, and somebody uninstalled that update, and that update is gone. So DSC on the 15th minute when it checks, it says, whoa, oh, that update was there. So it will simply either report to you that somebody has misconfigured that server, uninstalled what you installed, Or if you configure it that way, that if update is missing, it will simply install it again here. DSC will automatically do that. So the main purpose of DSC or desired state configuration is that if the configuration is exactly the same as so first you do the configuration, then you tell this DSC, hey DSC, these are the configurations that I have done on all the servers. If anyone makes any changes here, check every 15 minutes. If the change is made, just undo that. Thank you very much. DSC does that, right? It just makes that change back to where it was before. So that's a pretty cool thing. Nobody without your knowledge then changes. Suppose you're the senior administrator and junior administrators just got hired, and he or she wants to check that, oh, what happens if I do this, click, 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 and they're learning, they want experience, right? But they,
DSC, what is that?
yeah, desired state configuration. So it's a PowerShell script. Desired state. It's a PowerShell script.
Isn't like a service that runs in the service management?
It is a PowerShell script that you have to configure that way.
Okay.
You have to use a module of PowerShell, the set of commands that runs with DSC. So if you install the DSC first, the role,
Is there like
it's a feature.
Is there like an interval as well? Is it running like constantly, or you can just put
Every 15 minutes.
Oh, 15. But could you change that interval?
Yeah.
Let's say
Oh, yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours instead of 15. Yeah, we can just customize it any way we want. We can schedule it to run after 1 hour, after 2 hours.
What folder is it on?
Normally, you have to install it. You can install it in any folder. Suppose you go for E drive, you install the module of DSC, and these are a set of commandlets. And after that, you start running commands from there. So you can put a folder in shared folder in any of the file servers or on a domain controller, wherever.
Would it be secure, like to run important, let's say, shell in shared folder? Or?
Well, if it is not secure, don't put it there. So file server, if it is secure, otherwise put it on any of the, normally we put dedicated servers there, right? DSC server there. Suppose it's going to handle 2000 servers there. So, or yeah, whichever server is secure, and you just remove the permissions of others. That's it. So definitely dedicated server, and don't let anyone else connect to that. It's only for administrators. So this is just a brief explanation. We're going to do the lab later as well, definitely, and we're going to go a bit more in depth with that. But we understand that DSC, okay, so we can keep our configurations intact. Keeps the configurations of all the servers intact. Keeps the configurations of all the servers intact, right? So that's the main thing, and there are different versions of that too. It's a bit more in depth than that. There are many other features as well, but this is the main feature. This is the main purpose, that it keeps the configurations same, and if somebody removes it, it just puts it back automatically. You can put it to report, you can put it to actually take action. So now we're going to go ahead now. This is just an introduction going on right now, and this is being recorded as well, so you're going to get the video as well. Plus, I should be putting it on OneNote, so I'll be putting this heading on OneNote as well. Those who already have Office 65 given to you, you can log into Office 65 and connect to OneNote. I'm going to be adding you there in OneNote for this class as well. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and try to go for the next one. So there's that DSC we're talking about. Then there's perform upgrades and migrations of servers and core workloads from Windows Server 2008, the older one, Windows Server 2012, and then 2016 to 2016. So if you have older versions of servers, so 2008 is also, Microsoft is ending the support for that. So nowadays there are so many jobs. Windows 7 is getting kicked out, and 2008 is also getting kicked out. So there are so many jobs in the market now that, hey, can you just migrate my Windows 7 to Windows 10 right now? And they have, the problem is the big companies have like thousands of those. So either if you're a SCCM expert, then your demand is huge right now in the market. If you know how to just migrate the 7 to 10 any other way, you're really in demand right now. And whenever 2012 is going to be out of business, so they would still need, hey, can you now move or migrate all our servers from 2012 to 2019 or 2016 there? So we're going to talk about do the migrations as well, and we're going to try to understand that. Then they are determine the appropriate activation model for server installation, such as automatic virtual machine activation, KMS, key management service, and Active Directory based activation. So how do you activate thousands of Windows machines there? Activate means, well, you need to purchase a license. When you purchase a license, can you deploy that license? Can you activate that so there are many ways to activate that. So we're going to go through those. Then there is create, manage, and maintain images. That's a bit tough one. How do you deploy an image of a machine? So if suppose I go to the diagram here, and then there are hundreds of machines, empty machines. So suppose you bought Dell workstations there, and you bought 200 Dell workstations there. So now you deploy one server, and that server is called WDS, Windows Deployment Services, right? Windows Deployment. Its specialty is that it will deploy on empty machine a working image of a Windows 10, MS Office installed on that, maybe WinZip, Adobe Acrobat installed on that. So one complete image you will install on the over the network on an empty machine. These are all empty machines, right? Nothing, no operating system inside, and they are connected to the network card, and they are just on the network. That's it. But nothing inside the machine. They are connected to the network only. So how do you deploy from WDS a working image of Windows 10, MS Office, and then also any other small or big application? So, and can you deploy it in one go to 50 machines or 20 or 100 machines or 200 or 1000 machines in one go? So we're going to test that. We're going to install a WDS server. We're going to deploy an image on an empty virtual machine there. This is exactly the same way you can do it on an actual physical environment as well. So how to deploy an image? This is something that you must know as a system administrator, how to deploy an image of a working machine on other empty machines. So this is going to be how to deploy the image of working Windows 10 machine on all other empty, we also call it bare metal machines, bare metal machines. Okay, so how to deploy the image of a working Windows 10 machine on all other empty bare metal machines. This is again very interesting, but obviously you have to learn the insights of how does it really work, and we're going to do all kinds of configurations there to really make it happen. So, but it is remote deployment. There is there is another thing called unattended installation or zero touch installation, and there is unattended installation. So those are that if you're deploying it on 50, 100, 200, 1000 machines, suppose the boss says that, hey, we just purchased those Dell machines, we just have this weekend, on Monday employees need to use that. So can you, we heard that you mentioned the resume that yes, I can deploy on 50 machines at one time. So good luck, because you put that in resume. So there you go, just one weekend left. So can you do that? So if you know WDS, yes, you can easily do that. It's not easy. There's nothing near to easy in this, but you can do that technically, right? So zero touch installation. Anyone has ever done zero touch installation? Zero touch, which means unattended installation. Did you create an answer file before ever?
Yeah.
Answer file. So it's a pain.
2000. Windows 2000.
Okay, cool. So we got learned that how to create an answer file. Answer file is what? So suppose you are deploying an image of a working machine. So it wants. So when you are installing Windows, it asks, hey, put the key. It asks that what is the time zone? Change the keyboard. Are you in Canada or US or wherever, right? So if you are installing in 100 machines at the same time, and it stops to ask what is the key, or it stops to ask what is the keyboard you want to select, you will go to first machine, click, and the second machine, and 100 machines are waiting for you. So it cannot be done in one weekend then. It can be done in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month maybe. When you're going to each machine and answering the question. How about you create an answer file there, an answer file actually answers that, okay, a keyboard is US, and key is whatever the key is, so whatever the key, and this, so you put it all the answers in the answer file, and after that what happens when it is deployed over the network, it grabs the answers from here and keeps on going. You don't have to stop at anything, so you do not attend the installation of 100 machines. You don't go there and select the option and click next. You don't do anything. It just gets the answer, and 100 machines are installed after what, 2 hours? And the boss will be like, this, like throwing a jaw drop. Wow, did you actually do that? I thought you just, mentioned the resume. So, like everyone else does that. But you actually did that. Wow. So, we're going to do that too. And it's not easy, but only repetition and practice will make you confident, and you will see eye to eye in the interview to the interviewer that let me explain how it is done. The confidence will show that, whoa, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? So otherwise, it's first we create image. It's like, okay, stop eyeing and let me ask you another question. So, but your confidence should be showing, and it only comes from repetition and hard work, right? So, okay, we get the idea. Yes, it is how to deploy an image and then answer file and zero touch. We're going to do all those labs. That's why I call it a commando course, because this was part of the third course in the MCSA 2012. They put this one as also part of the first course. It's better to learn all that now than later, right? So that's also here. Create, manage, and maintain images for deployment. Then there is storage solutions here. When we go to storage, so Microsoft just wants you to know that, hey, virtualization is really in. So do you know what is GUID partition and what is GPT? And then there is VHD, virtual hard disk, and VHDX, which is the Hyper-V virtual machines virtual disk. And what is NTFS, New Technology File System, REFS, Resilient File System, what is the file system basically. And then SMB shares, server message block, which just means that when you share files with two Windows machines, they're using SMB protocol at that time. So all this we need to discuss. Then we're going to go down to server storage, which is what is SAN, what is NAS, what is multipath IO, MPIO, what is iSCSI. Especially we're going to create iSCSI target and initiator. What are targets? So we're going to create a virtual SAN there. And SAN is something that you're going to face pretty much in every company. Storage area network. It's just the network over the drives are shared over the network. But I'm going to explain with the whole diagrams there. That now there is that scenario, and you will be facing that scenario a lot, where you have. If I grab the diagrams now about SAN, so HP SAN, maybe you've worked on, Cheryl has worked on SAN already. So SAN hop, no, it's HP. Okay, it's not hop. So if you go for HP SAN here, images. And so SAN is first of all about rows and rows and rows of disks. There are disks after disks after disks. So why do you want SAN then? So these are all the disks that are there. And if you want to, suppose you have a lot of servers there. So those servers, suppose it's Dell servers here. And those servers are in large numbers, right? So, and you have been given the task to really control those servers. So, these servers, and since I created that OneNote page here, I'll create a page for diagrams as well. And whatever diagram I'm using here, I'll just grab it for next classes as well. So, we were talking about this server. So I'm just giving you an idea about that how would the environment will be when you are in the company. Suppose you have hundreds and hundreds of servers there, rack servers after rack servers here. So on these servers, suppose this is a file server, this is a print server, printing is going on, this is a web server, so many intranet websites are there, and then this is another server. Now users, hundreds or thousands of users are connecting here, and you're running out of space now. So hundreds of thousands of users are connecting here as well because it's a large company. So they say that, boss says, hey, I need 50 more disks in this machine. So you already put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 disks here. So, but it has a capacity of 8 disks and the company has already purchased it. Suppose you can put 20 disks here. Boss says, no, I need 100 disks connected. You cannot possibly put 100 disks physically. Well, maybe there's a very big server that has a tray coming out and you keep on putting disks and, it might have a capacity of 100. Suppose the boss said 200 disks. I want 200 disks here. So then if you want any number of hundreds of disks, you go for SAN then. So one disk is mapped, second disk is mapped, third disk is mapped over the network. Either you can map it from SAN or fiber optic with a fiber network which is fast, or you can connect it from Ethernet network. This is our network, Ethernet, where Ethernet cables are connected. So this is expensive solution. This is called SAN, or storage area network. And these are all the shared disks, over the network, and they are called LUNs, right? Logical unit numbers, or disks that are shared over the network, right? So this is something that you will face a lot. We're going to be creating this environment, software-based SAN there, when we are going for failover clustering. And then you're going to see that what is initiator, what is target. But SAN is that you, over the network, provide a lot of disks to the users, right? Oh, okay, guys. It is a phone from my now in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're resuming after the break. So some information about the account. So your class machine username is. So there are other classes going on, and these are public machines. So 740 is also going on Sundays, but it finished, so I'm going to be deleting that other one. I hope I delete the right one. So 740, yours is 06, today's date, NOV19. This is your username, and your password is understand. So this is the username, and that is the password. And so please log in from this account, and always log in from this account from now on for this class, because we're gonna, your machines once created, I hope nobody messed them up, but from this account you have to access those machines, and do create those machines at home as well, exactly the same way we've created here. And I hope you have your Office 365 college accounts already created, so please log into those accounts, and I'll be putting all these details there as well. And in OneNote, as soon as I put here, in 2 to 10 seconds, it comes to your OneNote there, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I miss anything? I thought I had 15 minutes break.
Oh, yeah. So we already installed 3 machines, and just kidding. Yeah. So no, we're just logging in from there. So do you see that username here? Username is 70-740. There's another one that is not 6 November. So this is username, and this is the password. So please remember that every class or tomorrow as well, you can just put that username, password, and all your machines will be only in this account. Yeah, and this is the 6 November written there. So you're good. This is the account that you will always be logging in for this class from now on,
So
right?
put in a password there.
And the password is?
Understand?
Yes, small case. So Adnan, you were able to log in? 6 November. And did you sign out, or did you sign?
I leave as it was.
Okay, so did you log into this account? Are you logged into this account, or?
Actually, you're yeah, I log in already.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good. So let's
But,
see here.
This,
This is oh, it just doesn't have internet. Whoa, it doesn't have internet. Oh, your internet's down. Oh, now it was. So we have to push the cable. Next time when you see that, just push the cable. Yeah, Monday or Sunday it's gonna appear now. It takes some time because it shows here identifying. There's no static IP given here.
So from here,
Yeah, you're good.
so is it?
Yeah. So if you're logged into this account, you're good. So let's wait here, and then yeah, you're good as well. You got it. So what we will be doing is we will be creating like double clicking this page. You're good, right? And you're already logged in, and you're buying from Best Buy. That's pretty good. Okay. Rich guy, man. Best Buy, best machines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but there is Boxing Day coming.
So do you have to kill box data by the machine?
Yeah.
What do you do until then?
Well, the price will be a bit lower, but if you want to go for new machine, otherwise refurbished, I have refurbished, so and it works fine. You don't really have to have a new machine. It should be powerful. That's all.
You have refurbished to sell, or you have refurbished? You said you have refurbished.
Yeah, refurbished these guys from here, Net Plus Shop. I bought this machine. Okay, so are we all logged into this? Alright, so let us go ahead. I'm going to be asking Mary to create our WhatsApp account, class account. So if we're stuck at home doing something and doing this lab that we're about to do now. So first of all, we're logged into that. And second thing is you may also choose to change the password for this account because this is your machine from now on for the duration of the course, right? Now that's one thing that it's up to you. You want to change the password, put it some tough one. Now in the class, we're going to be using some class passwords for class software, OS and application passwords. We can just stick to one password. I refer to it as class password. So when I say let's put a class password here, guys. So the class password is small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123. So if you keep pressing shift, it is going to go for 123, which is exclamation, @ and pound sign. So this is the class password I refer to. You want to put your own password, just don't forget it, right? If you forget it, then sit back, enjoy the show, and we will be carrying on. Of course, we're not going to be cracking your password then. So better use the class password so we could all have a consistent same configurations there. We're going to build up our environment step by step. We're going to talk about each step, why we're doing that, why not the other step, why not the third step. So the thing is, if you understand what we're doing, that's what you came here for, and not just click without understanding what's going on, right? So that's why I'm going to explain all the environment. It is being recorded as well, and you're going to get the video as soon as you get the college account for you, and you give me that account. So I'll just add it to the Office 365 OneNote. So guys, this is the conversion, and let's go ahead and try to talk about our lab. So we're going to be starting our lab here. Okay, we talked about DSC, desired state configuration. Wasn't it there? Yeah. And I'll just create another diagram. So what is our lab going to be? Our lab is, we're going to have a total of 3 machines. Hopefully we can actually create the other 2 machines as well, because the purpose of the first machine, it is a TemplateVM. And what is a template? Others are clone 1 and the clone 2. Clone is an exact copy of created by a template machine, right? So this is clone 1, clone 2. Clone 1, clone 2 will be actually, we're going to name it separately server 1 later when we are able to create that. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll be able to do that. So but the template machine, the only purpose of template machine to create clones. So we need a permanent template machine here, because throughout the class, throughout the course, I may be asking you, hey, let's create 4 clones. I need, for this topic, we need 2 more clones now. So template machine should be very carefully created now. So because later, we're going to add machines quickly. So we don't need to configure those new machines with step by step again, all the basic settings again. We're going to do today basic settings on any one machine now, and that is the template machine. Template machine will have all the ideal settings And so later when I ask you, okay, class, before we come to the next topic, let's create 2 more clones. So you will go to template machine, right click and click clone. It will just create a copy of that. But the template machine must be configured with a lot of settings. So we don't have, when we add new clones or new machines, we don't have to go through all those settings again and again for every new machine. Template machine will have all those settings. So when we create a clone, it will be, then we won't waste a lot of time. So the purpose of template machine is to have a best machine that is suitable for the whole course, and we can create copies of that to quickly add machines to our network whenever we want, right? So TemplateVM is used to create clones, and also to create clones. We save a lot of time by creating quick clones slash virtual machines or VMs to be added to our networks. So that's the main purpose of that. So we're going to be building our network. We're going to build on top of our network. We will keep on building more roles. So in that case, for failover clustering alone, we need 4 machines. So we have to really be working smart here. You're the system administrator of your environment now, right? So you will be deciding how to really perfectly clone that. In fact, we're going to decide together. So right now, we're saying that we're about to create a template machine. And in that template machine, we're going to have Windows 2012 operating system, 2016, sorry, Windows Server 2016 OS. That's the second thing. Third thing is we will make 8 changes, 8 configurational changes here, here to the template machine. So we don't have to make those changes in every new machine whenever we add those machines there for our environment. We need quick clone which is configured with 8 changes. We're good. So once we and what are those 8 changes? Firewall should be off. So some common things that, so for our whole lab environment, we're going to have firewall off. Now this is something just for the test environment. Suppose you go to the interview and they ask you that, hey, we have firewall, so how are you going to configure that? So don't tell them that, hey, my teacher actually turned off all the firewalls for my class, so I'm going to turn off your firewalls in the company as well. Okay, I was just kidding. So do not turn off the firewalls in the company. You follow the company compliance policies. In Scotiabank, we had 2,200 servers for 85,000 clients. So the firewalls on the operating system were off as a company policy, but we had other security, end-to-end McAfee, encryption, and then we had very powerful firewalls on the perimeter. So there were IPS and IDS as well. IPS is intrusion prevention system. IDS is intrusion detection system, right? So we are all considered, but the operating system level firewall. But other banks, firewalls were open on all operating systems, on all Windows servers. So it depends on company policy. Then you have to add exceptions on every server that, okay, port 23 is for Telnet and port 53 is for DNS and port 389 for Active Directory. So all these ports have to be added. Hey, firewall, block everything else, but this traffic for DNS, this traffic for DHCP, this traffic for Active Directory should be open. So you have to add exceptions then. We're going to talk about firewall separately as well, but for the duration of our course, we're going to turn it off. And then correct time zone, end time. So, and then turn off IE in enhanced or advanced configurations. Turn off IE enhanced security. Why turning off security? Because when you have the roles deployed there, that will be using the browser. When you put a role there, suppose WSUS, Windows Server Update Services, that will be for a browser. So in that case, a browser asks, hey, are you sure this is a correct site? Are you sure it's a secure site? Are you sure? It prompts you so much that it's like, hey, we're concentrating on understanding something else, not are you sure? So that's why we're going to turn off the IE enhanced security for the browser. It's IE is Internet Explorer, right? We're going to introduce that shared folder feature. and shared folder feature, we're going to be implementing all that now. So shared folder feature is that we can copy back and forth from to and from, back and forth, to/from virtual machine to physical machine to physical machine, any software we want. Any software we want. So if you want to really copy paste all the software from within workstation, to your physical machine, or from physical desktop or laptop to your workstation, so you need to enable the shared folder feature there. We're going to test that, we're going to do that, we're going to go through all the steps, and then we're going to implement that, we're going to check that, does it work or not, right? So, but shared folder feature is that virtual machine, you want to copy paste any software from the laptop, desktop to the virtual machine, back and forth, so you can do that. So, shared folder feature is there. And then there are IAM security. There is oh, okay. Hey. So we're gonna so firewall off, correct time zone, turn off IAM security, shared folder feature there, and then there is that power options feature. So power options feature is that it is like a screensaver. So if there is idle time for 15 minutes, then it locks the desktop. Then it locks the desktop. Idle time. So suppose there is server 1 started and there's server 2 started. We are configuring on server 2. We're doing a lot of configuration on server 2, and it takes half an hour, 1 hour, and then we come back to server 1 to configure something else, and it is locked. So we have to just unlock it by putting the username password there. So we don't want that 15-minute lock policy there. We just want it to be open for forever, right?
So turn off power options.
So power options, normally it is just a screensaver option that we need to turn off, or do not lock the desktop if it is idle for 15 minutes. So we don't have to actually again put our username password again and again whenever we come back after 15 minutes to reconfigure our virtual machines. So that's the options, some of the options there. And then there is the sysprep. Once all the configurations are done, there is that sysprep, right? And I said 8 configurations, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this sysprep is 6. Okay, let's make it 6 now. So 6 configurations, but these are just the ideal configurations that would distract us or stop us when we are doing some big labs, and so this is just to make our labs smoother. So sysprep, that's the most important and most dangerous option as well. Sysprep is system preparation. First of all, it prepares this VM as a template. So when we create a clone, of this template, then this clone will have a unique SID. What is a SID? Security identifier. So sysprep does what? Suppose you create a template machine, you put best applications there. Boss says, hey, create a template machine and put here Adobe Acrobat, WinZip, and all those small applications that every machine should have, just a small application. So then the boss says that we're going to be creating at least 2,000 clones of clone virtual machines from this template machine. So the thing is, if you want this machine to stay as a dedicated template machine, the only purpose of template machine is what?
To make clones.
To make clones, that is it, right? So if it creates multiple clones, it has to give them unique SID. What is unique SID? Security identifier. How does it look like? It looks like this, some random alphanumeric characters. But these characters, this address or this ID should be unique for every. Suppose the boss says 2,000 clones, so every clone within 2,000 clones, they must have a unique SID number. Why? Because if it is not unique, you won't be able to connect it to a Microsoft network. Just like two IP addresses, two machines IP addresses cannot be same, so the SID cannot be same as well for any of the machines there. So if there are two clones with the same SID, then you cannot join it to a Microsoft network, which is called domain. You cannot join it to domain at all, right? So that's why sysprep has to be seriously taken. And sysprep you will see in pretty much wherever you make a clone of images, you will see sysprep, right? So if our template machine is not shut down with sysprep, suppose you forgot to shut down with sysprep, what will happen is when you create a clone, first clone, you create a second clone, they will have the same SID, which means they cannot join the network now. Suppose that happens, we're going to take some measures that it's never going to happen. So, but suppose it happens that you have the two clones that have the same SID, then what you do? Second clone, you go there and run sysprep just on that clone. Then it will get a new SID from that. But that means, suppose in the second clone you've configured so much, you spend 2 hours configuring things and shut down firewall and everything. When you run sysprep, it makes it a totally new machine. So all configurations are gone. So we do this path really, or these steps really carefully, so we will not face that situation where the two clones or three clones or four clones all have same SID. They have to be unique. They have to be different SIDs there. They cannot be having same SID, right? So we're going to be creating that template machine now. Let's do that. And also for the template machine, because now you got some powerful desktops here. So you have 32 GB RAM here, you have i7 quad core processors, you have 500 GB SSD drive there. So that's really good. So that's why we're going to give it a lot of RAM now. So let's create that machine together. And there's an Einstein rule for the class, and that is, if I no click, you no click. So that is the Einstein rule. If I haven't clicked it, please don't click it and be with me, right? So first thing is, you can follow me and do the lab. We're going to go for toughest labs as well. And otherwise, there are hundreds of steps there, right? You miss one step only and the whole lab is gone. Some of the steps are so critical. If you don't do that one small step, the next to this, all the steps are depending on that one small step. So I'm going to be going step by step. I'm going to be explaining a lot of concept behind each step. Yeah.
Do you know what the guy who's working in the real environment, do they have a checklist you carry with them to make sure they don't miss the steps? Or?
Well, if you have done that task so many times, that's another thing. Otherwise, normally the bosses in some companies I've seen, they say, hey, do you have a checklist or step by step? Did you do that? Did you practice that? Did you test that in the test environment? When you were testing it before deploying it in the production environment, during the test, please create a document of that. And so documentation is very critical. So yes, they would expect step by step. Either you have written steps or you have screenshots. They expect that.
The checklist.
Yeah, the checklist has to be there. In fact, they check and double check the checklist before they even approve that. If it's a technical boss, he would go through the list. He will discuss with you everything, because in the production environment, boss is responsible. If you make a mistake, your boss will really hear that from the higher management, and then he will actually forward that to us as well in a really ugly way. So yeah. So yes, if there's an impression that administrators know everything. They know all the small steps as well. No, they're humans. So the thing is, if you have step by step, they appreciate that. They don't want to take chances with a hotshot administrator playing on their $1 million investments on the data centers, right? Unless they're really sure that yes, you've done this 1,000,000 times. Yes, they expect you to have a checklist. Okay, so once we have set out a plan here, let's go ahead and try to implement that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this, minimize, and I keep on minimizing all million things. And here, now do you see viewer workstation here? This one. Let's double click that. So we're creating our template machine. And we must understand what we're doing, right? So template machine, why? Because we, throughout the course, it it will then let us create clones, which we will need to create different bigger networks. So let's double click that viewer workstation here. Once you double click that, you should be seeing this there. You should be on the home button here, right? Once you double click that, you should be on the home button. So if you're all on the home button here, then let's create our first machine. You know, some of the steps are very obvious. Oh, skip the test, skip that upgrade. Suppose you see an upgrade option there, click the skip button.
Skip this version, right?
Yeah, skip this version. When you open the VMware workstation, just click the skip this version. So we don't need to upgrade that. So guys, if this is open, now these steps and creating every step of this template machine is very critical, right? So please do follow me and do not assume anything. You know, assume, there is a saying for the word assume. That in IT, assume is the dangerous thing. Assume means as, you and me. ASS is as, and you and me. UME, assume. That's the spellings. So this means making an as of you and me. That means that what you assumed was not there actually, the configured, and it went down, the whole server went down, and then we were made an ass out of. So the boss got the beating, and then because I assumed something and it was wrong, I got also the bad words. So if you assume something, it might crash and thousands of users will be disconnected, and then you're in big trouble. So anyway, let's never assume anything, and let's follow strictly what is being done here. Okay guys, so now let's just click the create new machine. Once we click the create new virtual machine here, down there, right? And so once you click the create new virtual machine here, then we go for typical, and then typical is okay. Keep it selected and click next.
So mine is a workstation 12 Pro. Is that normal?
Which is okay. Even if it is 10, it's okay.
That was 15 and a half.
You have you have the advanced one, you have the older one, so the machines are upgrading still. The one machine was upgraded now. Maybe in 2 weeks you might see every other system would be 15.5. But they're all okay, because if it's a little different, let me know, then I'll just come to you and check. So typical is okay, then click next. Are you on this screen?
Yes.
We all see this screen, right? So it is asking, hey, where is the file for Windows Server 2016? Let's select the installer disk image file, and now we need to check where is that file. So if we click that browse button here, in your machines, the file is in C drive ISO folder. There's a C drive, and then there is a ISO folder there. Now this is very strange that I started doing that on my laptop. I was supposed to do that in the teacher machine. So I'm from my laptop, I'm remote desktoping into RDP into this teacher machine here, which is supposed to be started. Seriously. Okay. So guys, I'm going to come to your screens, machines now, because I need to show you that it is in the C drive and ISO folder. There's a Windows Server 2016 ISO there. Anyone knows what is ISO?
ISO is the image
Image of?
of a CD.
Exactly. So if I ask you, get me a Windows 2012 or Windows 2016 operating system that I need to install. So suppose there were DVDs here in your laptop, you would go to the market, you would just get $300, $400, $800, whatever the license is, Windows Server 2016 in a DVD or CD. So if you don't want it that way and you need to connect that to the virtual machine, then you download it from the website. The whole media, the whole installation files are zipped in one file called ISO.ISO. So when you say, hey, where's the operating system file, Windows 7 ISO? This means the whole installation of Windows 7 are inside one file, and that is zipped into, and the extension is .iso. So that's what we're going to attach. We're going to attach the ISO file of Windows Server 2016 to the virtual machine virtual DVD here. So I'm just going to connect to my teacher machine here, and I'm going to reach where you are right now quickly so I could show you, and then I'm going to come to you if you were able to find the ISO or not.
So it's Win 2016, 1493, whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Win 2016. So you were able to find that. You were able to find the C drive ISO. You were able to find that. Adan, you were able to find it. Cheryl, you're
It's mine.
okay. You're ahead already.
Mine is an installer disk, so I had to select the installer disk image file, right?
Yeah.
So when I select that one, then I go to browser.
Browse, and then you have to go to C drive, which is on the left side, and then ISO folder, ISO big folder inside the C drive. I'm gonna come to you. I'm just opening my machine. So my teacher machine, remote teacher machine is starting now, and I'll just click that here and VMware workstation, and I'll click the home button. So I'll be just joining you right away. Oh, I've attached, opened two machines there, two VMware workstation instances. So I'll just close one of them. Now it's one. Create new virtual machine. You were there, and then next, and then there is browse. And first I will just click it there. So I'll click the browse, and I'm in C drive like this, and then ISO folder like this, right? C drive like this.
I don't have any C drives in here.
Oh, okay. So let me check that, and it is. I'll just go to ISO folder, and I'll select the Windows 2016. Then I'm just coming to you.
It's nothing comes.
And then just hit
Oh, thank you, sir, and thank you, sir.
And press open.
Yeah. So yeah, can install updates. We weren't able to
I
install.
don't detect which operating system is in the disk image.
Yeah, it does not detect, which is okay. It is still 2016.
So it's easy install, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So guys, I hope you see that this could not detect which operating system is there. It's not. I hope it's there. I hope it was detecting, but it doesn't show the information to the VMware workstation, which is still okay. It will still work. So if you've selected the Windows Server 2016, if you're on this page and selected, just click next after that. Once you click next, so it is. Yeah.
When I clicked on it, it went into another folder.
It,
Windows Server 2016.
okay. So when you click the next. So let me check that, and yeah, it's a folder. We'll just go for the file, which is 2016 is this one. Yeah, we're good. And yeah, here 2016 we need to select, and we're good. So here, yeah, this is. And 2016 is there. Well, next, and then we're selecting 2016 formula, which is this one. Select that. Alright, guys. So it's better to take a stand on that. I'm gonna be taking a stand, literally. In George Brown, it's a button. Zzz, the whole thing comes up.
Yeah, I just bought one for my
Yeah.
bedroom. It's,
Uh-huh.
I just like to stand and work.
Oh yeah, that is better. Sitting is the biggest killer now. Okay, so if it is there, so could not detect, which is okay, but it is still 2016. I'm just going to click next. So you should be seeing this. Windows 20. Make sure that when Microsoft Windows is selected, and then you go down to. There's only one 2016 showing here. I think it is showing for everyone 2016 only one, right? So whichever is showing 2016, go for that. Otherwise, if it is 64-bit showing, go for 64-bit.
Mine's asking for a product you haven't even
Oh.
next.
Then click next without giving a product key, and it will say just press yes to that, and it will just continue. So guys, if you've done this, Microsoft Windows and Windows Server 2016, I hope everyone has done that, and click next.
So default location, see users.
Oh, so here, be very careful, only select the top window, do not click browse, Do not click browse here. Do not click browse, right? So now we're going to first give a proper name here to this template machine, because this is a public machine and they should know, all the students in other classes should know that this is your machine for this course, right? So how do we put that? See this, dash your first name first, and then dash 70-740 dash 06NOV2019, right? And the final dash is template. So the more information will only secure your machine. So it will guarantee that your machine is secure, and every other person knows, oh, this is a machine of some guy named Amir, and it is 6 November 740 class. Oh, okay, I get it. It's that class. So they will know right away. The more information you put, the better. So that's one thing. Do not click the browse here. Do not click the browse. Just stay on the first window right now. If you have exactly put this information, then we're going to keep the folder structure intact. We're going to just change the C to the SSD drive. Now in your laptops, you go to your yellow folder down here, yellow folder, and then check that if your is your SSD D drive or is your SSD E drive here. So go to the yellow folder down here, and if so, for some reason, for some of us it is E SSD, and for some it is D as SSD. So you will remember that for throughout the course, that which one is your SSD there, right? So in my case it is D as well. So I'm just going to only change the drive letter from C to, in my case, D. That's it. The folder structure I want to stay like that in other drive as well. Otherwise, so C drive is our HDD, which is slow, and the D drive is SSD, which is solid state drive. Sometimes it becomes super slow drive as well, but it is SSD, which is solid state drive, right? So here, so the drive is D here, and the template, if you've put exactly that name, that is very good. And if you've put, you recognize your SSD drive, and then, so if you've given that information, then click next. Then what is your drive, SSD?
SC.
E? Oh, and yours D? E. Oh, okay. And yours D?
E.
Oh, you're all E. Okay.
Mine's D.
Yours is D. Sharal, yours is E or D? E. Oh, this whole line is E. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, mine is D actually. So I put it to D. You guys switch it to E. So this whole line is E. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. So in my case it is D, and I'm gonna just switch it to D, and you can switch it to just E, right? So and click next. So make sure that all this name is exactly the same, and you only switch the C to D. If your machine is still in C, it's going to be on a slow drive. Otherwise, better put it on SSD. There's a big difference. So if you've done that, click next. Now it says that, hey, what is the hard disk capacity that you want for this virtual machine? And for all the clones that will be created, will have the same capacity which we are about to give here. So now if we give here GB is, I want this machine to have 200 GB. So is that a good idea to put 200 GB if there is no space in our D drive right now? Maybe we have there 20 GB space. Maybe we have free space there 50 GB. So is that a good idea to put that 200 GB here when you don't have that kind of space there in the physical disk? Well, obviously that's not a good idea. But there is a concept called thin provision or dynamically expanding. What is that concept? The concept means that if you are giving this size, it's not going to occupy this much size on the physical disk, and it will be only occupying that much space on the disk as the software you're installing on it. So what kind of software are you installing on this virtual machine? We're installing an operating system. Operating system is Windows Server 2016. And 2016 takes how much space? 10 GB, 8 GB, 6 GB, something like that. No, the Windows itself takes very less space. So this is a virtual machine hard disk space. Inside this virtual machine hard disk, you will install an operating system, and operating system takes for itself only 8 GB or 10 GB space. So if 8 GB or 10 GB space it's going to take, this means that physically on this physical machine, it will take only 8 GB right now from this virtual machine, not 200 GB.
What exactly says over the recommended size for Windows Server 2016 is 60 GB?
Yeah, so this is recommended as a, when operating system is installed, it does take 8 or 10 GB, but it expands after that. You install MS Office, you install some other application from some time, it goes up to that. So that's recommended. We're just going for 200. We can just put here 500 right now. We can put here 1000 here right now. But we know it is thin provisioned or dynamically expanding, which means whatever size we put there, it doesn't matter. What software we're installing inside, that much space will be taken actually on the physical disk. And the software we're installing here is Windows 2016 only. And that will not take 200 GB, it will take just 10 GB. Right? So in a physical disk, if you have a free space of 20 GB only, so 10 GB is already there. 12 GB can be used only by the operating system. Right? So this is the concept that I'm going to be repeating again throughout the course, that what is thin provision and what is thick provision, because if you understand that, that will be better. So this is day 1, and we are creating our template VM. Okay, template VM. And second thing is, so thin provision, just remember that, and you will face that a lot because it's all virtualization. Thin provision, it is also called dynamically expanding. Dynamically expanding. And it just means that, the space given is not implemented, the space given for the virtual disk, you're carrying just a software disk or a virtual disk right now. It's a virtual machine, right? Its virtual disk is there. So the space given for the virtual disk is not implemented on the physical disk, right? On the physical disk, you have a physical disk there as well for the physical operating system there, so physical desktop, right? So it's not only on the physical disk, but whatever software is installed, and then that much space is occupied in the physical disk. So the software we're installing right now is operating system. Maybe we install MS Office after that, we will not. Suppose we do. So MS Office requires 5 GB more or 8 GB more. So 10 GB of operating system and 8 GB of MS Office, right? So it will only take whatever software install. If you install Linux, it takes what? 2 GB, 3 GB. So it will only take 2-3 GB on the physical disk. So dynamic thin provision is enabled right now by default in this software. Dynamically expanding or thin provision are exactly the same. VMware calls it that thin provision. Microsoft calls it dynamically expanding. These are two vendors. Both terminologies are talking about the same thing. But then there's an opposite of that. There's a thick provision.
Thick provision.
Exactly. Or in Microsoft it is called fixed disk. So that's the opposite of that. What would be the opposite of this?
I think allocate the space.
It really, so what you put 200 GB, you must have the 200 GB free space in the physical disk as well. That is the opposite of that now, right? So if I just go there, back to the machine, and oh, that's my laptop base, so I'm just going to close that, because I need to go to this machine and then I'll make it big. So see this, if it was thick provision, so when you put 200 GB, this is the virtual disk that you're about to create for a virtual machine. So when you put 200 GB here now, it will expect the physical disk to have that kind of space. If it is thick provisioned and you put 200 GB, suppose your physical disk has just 20 GB space left, physical disk. But the virtual disk, you say, no, I want 200 GB virtual disk space here. So it will give you an error right away that, hey, create some space on the physical disk, then come here and put that space. So check your physical disk space first, but it is thin provisioned. We can put blindly any number here, and it knows that whatever software you're installing, it just that software, whatever space that software needs, it should have that much space there, right? So if we have talked about that, now if I just go back to the diagram here, and oops, okay. So what we are doing here is, suppose there's a server here. I'm just going to put it in another words. That if you suppose have a physical server. Now we have a physical desktop here. This is a physical desktop, right? So I'll just give one last. So this is a physical desktop. On top of this, you are creating a virtual machine right now, right? On top of this, we're creating a virtual machine. So this virtual machine has a very small virtual disk as well. Small virtual disk. So this virtual disk is what the size of it, what you're giving. This is the whole virtual machine. It has RAM, it has processor, but the V disk is what you're giving the size. So if it is thin provisioned, so this disk size doesn't matter. If it is thick provisioned, the disk size does matter. So virtual disk will be placed on a physical disk here, right? The physical disk, which can be this one of these disks. This is a physical disk, right? So whatever physical space you have there, it depends on that thin provision you want to go for. Now, when we talk about thin provision, one more thing in production environment for interviews that you need to know, and that is thick provision is fast and but takes space. Thin provision saves space but is slow. But saves space. So in a production environment, you cannot afford to have thin provision. It's just for test environment. You are saving space here. Thick provision, performance is very good. You have to have thick provision in your production environment. It has to be thick provision, unless you don't care about performance. So that is for test machines in the production environment in the companies as well. So this is what you need to remember about thin provision and thick provision here. And their other words are thin provision is also called dynamically expanding, and thick provision is also called fixed disk. So I'm going to be repeating that again in the next class or tomorrow, and I'll be asking you actually, and I might give you an online quiz where you can just click, and then we can talk about it. Okay, that. Why did you answer this? It was this actually. So let's go ahead and try to move. Now this creating a virtual machine is a 10-20 minute lab, but we're expanding it to 1 hour lab or 2 hour lab. Why? Because we're understanding what we're doing, right? All the options. Why did you select this option? You should know that, right? You should be able to explain that. Yes, sir.
So which one? Where did you change the thin net?
Oh, it is by default. It is thin provision.
Okay.
Because it's a training environment software, so they expect that we don't need thick provision there. But next time when you add a second disk, it will give you an option of thick provision as well. Okay, so here guys, one more thing, there's a store virtual disk as a single file and store virtual disk into multiple files. This is another good feature here, and that feature, if I just go back to the diagram here, so suppose you created a virtual machine and you created a lot of virtual machines here now, 3 virtual machines, 4 virtual machines, then you bought a expensive laptop or desktop at home, and you want to, suppose it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks already, and you have configured so much here already. So, but you want to copy all the files to take home all those files here, right? So if you want to copy them, so there are 2 ways. You want to copy them in your laptop. Suppose you bought a laptop, expensive laptop there, and within the laptop you want to copy this. So I'll just grab a laptop. So it's a laptop, and grab a picture of that. A picture speaks 1,000 words. So suppose you bought a laptop here and you want to copy all the virtual machines to this laptop. Now there are 2 ways to copy those virtual machines. Either over the network you copy that, and and each virtual machine normally takes a lot of space. So maybe those virtual machines in 3 weeks would have together taken like 40 GB space already. So now this is 40 GB data that you're about to copy on this LAN, right? So there are big chances that it might really drop the data. You're copying such big data there, or you can just put it on a USB stick, USB, and then simply copy it here, take that USB stick to laptop and just copy there as well. There are two ways to copy that, right? Over the network or USB stick. So the option back there is, yeah, here the option says store virtual disk as a single file. If you store this virtual disk of 200 GB, it's going to go up to 200 GB. This is maximum size, right? Suppose this disk is already gone to 80 GB size. If you select this option, suppose it's going to create this virtual disk as a single file. It will keep on growing, grow. You're using it, you're putting software. In 6 weeks, it has grown up to 80 GB, suppose, till now. Till 3 weeks, it has grown up to 80 GB. So if you want to copy a single disk, which is 60 or 80 GB single disk, this is a big file, right? One big file. So suppose I go back to the diagram, you're copying a 60 GB single disk over the network on this LAN. This is not a busy LAN. Suppose you have a production environment and everyone is working, and then you have started copying that. It might not reach the laptop over the network with a big 160 GB file. When you copy a big file, chances are it might not reach, the whole data might not reach there. It might drop, so the whole file will be cancelled. So why not? So the second option here is split the virtual disk into multiple files. So it will create 4 GB chunks of files after file after file after file up to 80 GB. So it will be 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB. As soon as there's a 4 GB worth of data there, it will create another 4 GB now. It will create another 4 GB, then 4 GB. So it will be divided into 4 GB files up to 80 GB, and you can copy over the network smaller files easily instead of copying a one big 60 GB file. We get the idea? Right? So it will be, multiple files is you want to cut the disk down into smaller files. Whenever in future you want to copy it over the network, then you can easily do that, or keep it one big single file. So in that case, you have to use external drive, right? If you make it. Now the other thing is, there might be a lab where I will ask you to go inside the folder and let's make some changes in the brain of the file, which is VMX file. So when you go inside, there are so many multiple, if you choose this option, then it will be a mess in that folder, right? So that's why I habitually go to single file. But the thing is, you should understand what you're doing, right? Single file disk is a one big disk. Multiple file disk is, this is still a one big disk. It's divided into 4 GB files now, right? So when you copy, it's easy over the network. Normally, whenever I copy it in my external drive. I carry. I know that I'm not gonna use network to copy a big file there. So, but habitually, I just go for single file because I don't want that folder to be messed up, because we need to configure. Sometimes we need to troubleshoot the folder. We have to go inside, and there's so many long list of files there, 4 GB files. So if you understand this option, it's okay. Habitually, I'm just going for single file. The main thing is, do you understand what those options are, right? Any kind of question is welcome here. So if you understand, let's go ahead.
So I changed mine to 200, right? Mine says 60, I changed that to 200.
200. This is out of consistency of configuration, right? So let's make it 200. We don't need 200 actually. 60 is also okay, but I just put it 200. Suppose we had to install, all of a sudden there's a new scenario. Oh, let's check that scenario. Oh, we need to have another big software installed. Oh, for that we need 100 GB. Oh, we created the disk with 60 GB. Okay. So put it 200 GB. It's not taking any sense. No, yeah, that's the problem. Then we cannot shrink it where the operating system is. Other drives we can. This one in virtualization, yeah, we can too. It's just that it's riskier. It's a longer process now. Okay, guys. So 200, just some random size, but let's keep the configuration consistent, same. So I could troubleshoot with you as well. That yeah, we put 200 GB. So right now for the course, no, we don't need that. I've been doing that 200 for a long time. So single file 200 GB, but we understand what's going on this page. If we understand that, let's click next. And my recommendation is make notes out of that. We're gonna go customize now. So my recommendation is that whatever discussion is going on, it's recorded in the video. Run the video at home. Make your notes out of what is thin provision, what is thick provision, and prepare those notes. Those notes will be very useful for you in the before the interview as well. Many students have said that the notes we created here and the screenshots we took here, they are helpful in their jobs right now. They're just going back to, oh yeah, that I created a screenshot in a test environment. So, oh yeah, that is a step. Okay, that's it. So let's go for customized hardware here for the template machine. Once we click the customized hardware, so our machines are really good ones. So that's why, because it's 32 GB, let's push it because we need to install the Windows quickly, right? So we can drag it up to 24 GB. Yeah, give it full fourth gear. So it's 140 per hour. So it's 24 GB. We're just giving it because we all have 32 GB RAM, right? So second thing is, and this is temporarily we're giving because this is a template machine. After template machine is created, we're gonna give it 4 megabyte. 4 megabyte is not enough to even start the machine, right? We don't want this machine to start after we have done sysprep. I'm going to explain you that later as well. But right now, 24 GB, 24836. If you're seeing that, that's good. So the Windows can start faster, right? And then if you click on the processor here, let's click the processor. And since we have i7 quad core processor, we can go up to 8 cores with hyper-threading. So let's just give it 2 processors here. 2 processors, 1 core. So we're gonna have like maximum. I'll keep all the labs up to maximum of. If we have to go, we can have maximum of 3 machines there. We still have a lot of cores there. So 24 GB RAM, 2 processors. If you're still on the processor, do you see this? Virtualized Intel VT.
Right.
So what is this for? Anyone knows already?
Yeah, that it will use the coding for Intel and AVM.
For virtualization. So we're going to be enabling Hyper-V. Hyper-V is a very important software for Windows virtualization. So now, you know, what happens is Microsoft has offered cheaper option for their products. In cloud, Amazon Web Services is a cloud and it is expensive but reliable. Microsoft has offered a cheaper option and grabbed a big market there as well in cloud. Microsoft has offered Azure. In data center on-premises, VMware is an expensive software and reliable software for virtualization in on-premises data center, not in the cloud, on-premises. So Microsoft has given the alternate, cheaper alternate, which is not that reliable, and that is Hyper-V. So we're gonna, in virtualization, I'm gonna give you the history of that too. But the thing is that we are having some labs where virtualization needs to be done. So inside this virtual machine, we're going to create Hyper-V environment as well. So in order to do that, we're going to enable this option, virtualize. When you go there, we're going to go through the Hyper-V option in detail. But right now we're creating a template machine, so let's enable this option. Later when we install Hyper-V, so this option should have been there, it will be there. Otherwise we won't be able to install virtualization option. Yes sir. Oh, level stretch. Okay. So here, so 24 GB RAM, 2 processors, and virtualized Intel VT option we're selecting there for the template. So every clone will have this option selected and 2 processors as well. Then we go down to NAT, network adapter, right? So there are 4 options here in network adapter. So if you click the bridge option, what does that do?
It connects directly to the network.
The physical network. So this virtual machine normally is supposed to be hidden inside your physical machine, right? But if you bridge it now and create a virtual machine and you give an IP, so anyone from the other lab can also ping it or even remote desktop into this virtual machine as well. So it is exposed to your physical network now if you bridge it. The bad thing here would be if you install DHCP in that machine and then you bridge it, so that DHCP will start giving IP to all these physical network machines. And we don't want to do that, right? In fact, in university, one teacher was teaching DHCP and he bridged everyone's machines. And then for 2 hours, we're thinking, where is the DHCP giving IP to all the university computers? We're in VLAN at that time. So that was like really bad. So then we told that teacher, hey, seriously, tell us what you're doing. Anyway, Bridge. Now this is it's going to expose your machine to the virtual to the physical network. We do not want that. You know, one of my students, he was employed in VMware itself, and he was learning all that. Oh, I'm gonna bridge that. So he took his laptop to his company where it is very strict. There's really good security software there. So they detected an unauthorized machine there, and they confiscated his laptop after discovering that was his laptop. And he was saying, "I just practicing," but he kept it on bridge. So the company discovered that, and they, for 2 weeks, his laptop was gone, and he was fined by cutting some salary. So that was very strict security there. So bridge it as your own. In the companies, don't do that without proper permission, right? Okay, but that's a training software, right? So, and second thing is NAT. NAT is network address translation. So you want internet connection for your virtual machine? Click NAT. If you want internet connection, actually we're not gonna go for that option. But what is this? It is going to one public IP, provides internet to all the private IP addresses. So if we go for host only, that just means that your virtual machine can be communicating with the host. Anyone can tell me for our virtual machine, what is the host here? What for our virtual machine is the host? Yeah. That desktop, that operating system on which VMware Workstation is. So this VMware Workstation is a software, right? So, ultimately, we have our Windows 10. On top of this, there's a VMware Workstation here. Inside this VMware Workstation, the virtual machine is working right now. So, for that virtual machine that we're about to create, this Windows 10 is the host right now. So, host only just means that the virtual machine will communicate with this host and copy paste any software, copy back and forth any software to and from the physical desktop to the virtual machine. So, that is host only. And if we go ahead, then there is a custom specific virtual network. So let's click that. That's where we're actually going there. So now you can see here custom. You have 19 different networks, VMnet 0 up to VMnet 19. So anyone knows the idea of VLAN? What does VLAN do? Segmentation. So example for this is, suppose you have two virtual machines created and they are connected to VMnet 2, and two virtual machines created and they are connected to VMnet 3. So VMnet 2 machines cannot communicate with VMnet 3 machines, right? So in order for our machines to be communicating with each other, they have to be all on the same VMnet. That's what we need to understand here, right? So let's for now our operating system is actually trial version. So the trial version has to be activated with internet connection. So we need temporarily internet connection. Later we're going to go for VMnet 15. If we choose VMnet 15, there is no particular reason why 15. Why not 16? Go ahead, 16, choose 16, choose 17, choose 18. We just need any one VMnet right now for our all virtual machines, right? So they can communicate with each other, not different VMnets, right? But you can create, suppose there's a production environment, or at home. I was saying you that what we are training today, please train it at home as well. So you will open the VMnet. Suppose you have a laptop here, you brought from home, it's a powerful laptop. So you can create the class machines on VMnet 15 and test machines or home machines where you're repeating the same lab on any other VMnet, VMnet 13 or 12. So when you start, both machines are started, they cannot communicate with each other. It's a VLAN. They're totally separated. So right now we really need actually internet connection, so we can go for NAT temporarily, and after that we're going to, when we are finally done, then we're going to go for custom. Okay guys, so we understand that and LAN segment is that your machines are in together, grouped together, they start together, they restart together, they shut down together. So we're not going to use that, but let's just go to NAT here. So now you have memory 24 GB, you have processor 2, and you have right now temporarily given network adapter. This memory is also temporarily given because we need to create our template machine fast. So then yes, we need USB, sound card, printer, display, that is all okay. So do you understand what we're doing on this page? We have given a virtual hardware. We have assigned according to our needs a virtual hardware, right? So let's go ahead and do you see this option, close? Let's click that close button here. Yes sir.
Back on that, right?
So So we're back on NAT. Exactly. I'm just clicking NAT here, and until our clones are created, we're gonna keep it on NAT because those clones have to be activated for 180 days or 6 months. So they need to be connected temporarily to internet. Then later we're gonna change it to custom VMNet. So anyway, we're back on NAT here, and if that is done, let's click the close button here, and yes, click the finito. Let's click finish, and so let's power on the machine. Power on. Once we power on the machine, let me know if you're getting anything. So if you get that time zone thing, stay there and change the time zone, the middle option to English Canada. If you come first there, stay there. Do not click just next right away. Oops. Okay. There's a big error there. So yeah, this option, I'll just show you those who are reaching this option. You have to change from English United States. Only this option need to be changed, and then next. Instead of English United States, English Canada. That's all. That's why, because it's going to change the time zone for us, and it's going to also change the time for us. English Canada. Otherwise, you can do that when you log in, and then it's a few steps. So make sure that English Canada is there and click next. Yeah. You got it as well?
Oh, it's something about the keyboard up there.
Oh, that. Yeah. So do you see? Do not show the
This message.
message again.
Yes.
Yeah. Click the do not show the message and press OK. And oh, okay. Is that good?
Yeah,
You're good. You're good, right?
Yeah, it's just loading.
Oh, it's still loading. Is it after that?
I haven't got to that screen yet.
Oh, wow. Hey, I hope you put it on SSD, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay.
mine
So-
says like setup start.
Oh yeah. Cool. So English Canada, and if you've put in English Canada, go ahead and click next. So you have to really search the English Canada by dropping down to English United States and go for English until you reach the Canada. So Canada is on the north and US is in the south. So you have to go up here as well to reach Canada. Okay. So that's the only thing you need to change, nothing else, and click next.
Mine's just says timeout EFI network.
Oh, UEFI? So it's the fourth one we're going for? Yeah,
I
sure.
went through the whole thing and then it just.
Wow. So Control Alt to release the mouse. And no, it's okay. Yeah, mouse is out already. I'm gonna power it off here because if it is going for EFI, so I'm just gonna go settings here. Go to. I need to change it to BIOS and options and advanced and BIOS. Okay, and then hopefully it's okay.
So the keyboard input is US, right?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that is the rest is okay.
That's
Next, only the middle option, and then click install now. So it's going to be. So if you go for English Canada, then click install now.
So what we have done here is now we have put
Time zone. Yeah, Windows 2016 we're installing for the first time now.
This one and as a
Template machine.
template.
Exactly. We're installing Windows 2016 and we're installing it as a template machine so we could create clones out of that next time.
License error is okay, right?
Oh,
Windows cannot find Microsoft software license.
man, you're lucky. You're getting all those errors that very few students get. So.
Says make sure if the source is valid.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that needs to be resolved. So guys, I'm choosing the fourth option, which is Windows Server 2016 Data Center Evaluation. The rest is actually next. Yeah, there's a workaround for this one. It's gonna not work now until. So I'm gonna quickly create a new machine. The only thing to do is not give OS now path and give the OS path later. The next 2016 is there. Oh, okay. Dash your first name dash the 70 dash
So if
40.
I'm going to practice at home, so how do I?
I'll be giving you the software, or if you have USB drive, I can copy it now, or I'll be emailing you the software that you can download at home as well.
release this one today.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow.
Oh, sure.
Or you'll be sending it today or?
Yeah, after the class, I'll email.
Okay.
I have your. You have
Plus, yeah. MRC plus.
MRC at Networks.
So,
So I press the fourth one and go next.
Yeah.
Set time.
Except drums. The rest are kind of next finish.
Next.
Yeah, it's except drums. Yep. Next. And custom. So it will be custom installation if you go for upgrade or custom. And then, yeah, we're not going to actually dissect the drive or partition it. So click next for the last one. Where do you want to install the Windows? Yes, just click next there. Yeah.
so do I overwrite this, or because I have the similar copy in the same location, right?
Yeah, so we can put a dash at the end just to make it different.
I'll just put Windows B.
Yeah, but you have to then put it here as well. You click here and go a little to the right side. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, here as well. Now you're good. And yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
in this computer we have made a template machine to clone the other machine. So
To clone the other machine, yeah.
clone the
We are just installing. We haven't actually configured all the other options.
No,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like, am I getting it right? So this is a machine, this is a server.
Mm-hmm.
In the server we have made, inside the server we made a template machine.
Or Windows 2016 to have installed.
2016 installed, and that's going to, we are going to make a clone
Out of
machines
that,
out of
exactly.
that. If this is 200 GB, we put it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is the other one, when you put 200 here, that the clone machines has to be 200, exactly 200, or it can be...
No, so whatever we put here, the clone machines will be exact copy of that. So it will be
When
200.
so here we don't have to say 200, we just put 200 here, but we might not have 200. But
Yeah.
those clone machines, do they physically have to have 200,
No.
or they can be whatever it is also?
They will also be thin version as this is thin version.
Okay.
Exact copy. So how this machine works, the clone will also work the same way.
Okay.
If it's all in thin version, they will also follow
So
thin version.
whatever we putting in the numbers here,
Mhm.
the physically the clone machine doesn't have to have everything.
So whatever we put here, it has to be there as well.
That's as well.
So,
You started, or
Yep. So this is the, which one is the new one? This one is the new one, right?
yeah.
First of all, this one has to be BIOS as well. Then the red issue is power on because it should not find any operating system now. It doesn't. Then now we give the operating system. This is a workaround from that error. Mm-hmm. Was this one, right? 14,393. Now, that's okay. And we start test. Start. So the license error should not come now. It's just a workaround. Okay, so the installation is going on, right? Oh, and it's not already.
Install it.
Oh, it's on. And what you can do is exactly follow the video and create that exactly environment at home as well. Yep.
I have a question.
Mhm.
about my computer. I've been using it lately, but
Uh-huh.
it won't. It has to update Windows 10, but it says it won't let me update it. It says I have to install not workstation but player.
The player.
Yeah. So then they tell me you have to uninstall the one you have now, the workstation, and you have to use player. But player is different.
So we don't have to upgrade that. It's just for VM workstation, right?
Yes, but my computer, it has an update, but it won't
Oh.
update until I uninstall VMware Workstation, and then I can install the player, VMware's player.
Yes. With latest Windows 10 update, they have done some VMware collaboration, and with latest versions of Windows 10, it will only allow latest version of VMware Workstation as well. The latest version of Windows 10 cannot allow older, and I gave you the older one, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, so what the latest one is 15.5 and that is for 30 days only.
But you told me bring it in when the 30-day thing, it's gonna expire next week, so
Oh,
that's all good. Remember?
sure. And well, yeah, then you can actually upgrade it to latest Windows 10 as well.
Okay, yeah, uninstall it and then.
Yeah. But now we have this labs coming, so yeah, I hope it doesn't affect the operations.
So language, English United States, and then time and currency format is like English Canada, right?
So yeah, time and currency format is English Canada.
Okay, keyboard can be US.
Yeah. Exactly.
So as for username and password, customize it.
So password is a class password, and that is I'm just gonna. Oh, I have to click next now because I didn't start that, and I accept the license terms, and it is not upgrading. It is custom, so I'm just gonna click custom, and it is we're not partitioning it. So let's click next. So
Standard evaluation.
yeah, the fourth one, last
Last one.
data center. Yeah, last one. So, guys, the class password I have given is so class password is small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123. So I'll put it there. So if you're on the password screen, you can give this password. So it is small ABC, then capital ABC, and keep pressing shift exclamation.
For username, so
Yeah, username is administrator by default. For every Windows, the user name is administrator. For every Windows machine, either Windows Server.
I'm just a little bit behind.
Yeah, sure.
So drive 0 unallocated space, create a new one.
No, so we're not going to partition it.
Okay.
We can just click next. Yeah. Now it is installing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I am also. So class password is this small ABC capital shift 123. Now,
Shift 1, 2.
yeah, keep pressing shift 123 will be. Oh yeah. And
password again I do the same thing.
so
Finish?
yeah. So did you give this password, Asif?
Yeah, but it says to put the
Yeah, for 2 times you have to put the password. Oh yeah. Now then use the password to log in as well.
press Ctrl and delete unlock.
Yeah. So Control Alt Delete is this option. Always, whenever you send the Control Alt Delete, see this. You have to use the 3 buttons here. 3. It will send Control Alt Delete, which will give you the username password screen.
Then no, it says switches.
Yeah. So no, the local administrator. So it is giving you the administrator already. So cancel. And you have to click this. Yeah. That gives you the screen. So username is already there, administrator. It's just asking for a password, which is the one that you gave just now. Oh, okay.
Am I supposed to have an internet connection?
In the machine, it should come after some time. But right now we don't need internet connection within the machine. Right now we don't, but later when we create 2 clones, then we need.
Okay, so when I put it on that, it said VM net 0. Does that matter?
Yeah, that is actually VMnet 8. But if it is NAT that you put, then it's okay. Oh yeah, oh no, that is different configuration, that is different. VNM 0 is not selected right now.
It's not so. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless I put it on custom.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, sir.
I can grab this one.
Oh. Well, I think it's yeah. Here.
So this one just say
Yes. Yes. This is just it's gonna make your Windows discoverable. Then we wait for me, for all the students to be there. So once you're fully logged in, then wait for us. Yay!
So I'm just finishing as well. It's just going for a final restart now. And so I'm just going to add the list for the 8 configurations that I was saying, which turned out to be 6. Yeah, there was VMware tools install and restart, check time zone, shared IA enhanced power options. So I covered, I forgot one only, and that is, so I'll just put that as well here. So one extra configuration which has to be done first is actually VMware tools. VMware, and that's the most critical one. VMware tools. So I'll be copying all this and putting in OneNote. As soon as you get your college email, please after the class go to Mary and ask that, hey, can I have my college email, because I need to access all this material.
For people who haven't done it.
For
people who haven't done it.
Yeah, those who have it, yeah, you don't have to go. And yeah, I'll be adding you guys who already have the college email. I'll be adding you now to the OneNote, so you will see those OneNote and everything written already. So Day01 lab, and then creating VMs, creating a template VM, and then steps are. So this OneNote will be available to you with all written notes here, but whatever notes you're taking, that is also very important. Okay, so is it installed for everyone? So it is on the password screen now for me, so I'm just going to go for the class password, small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 2 3, and small ABC, capital ABC, keep pressing shift 1 2 3 will give you exclamation and pound at and pound sign like this. So this password, if you have given already, then go ahead and click finish. So whenever you want to put Control Alt Delete, always go for these 3 buttons here, these 3 buttons to Control Alt Delete, and then just put your username is already administrator. Username is already administrator with every Windows account, and the password is the class password. And then so now once we're logged in, let's make sure that this server manager, our best friend, Windows administrator's best friend, is this server manager that is loading right now. That's a page that is having all the links, all the URLs to configure not only the local server but the whole environment, full Windows environment as well. So this server manager is going to be our best friend there because it's going to have all the links that an administrator needs, right? To have all the tools, to have all the roles installed. Add roles and features here will be used a lot now because we're going to be adding, according to the exam objectives, many roles here and features. We're going to be trying that, and I'm going to explaining you why this role is important for the production environment and why other role is important for the production environment. So once the server manager is done, so I hope everyone's on this screen now. So then we're going to go for all the steps. We will make okay, it is now back to 8. Why? Because VMware tools, firewall off, correct time zone, turn off, IE, shared folder, power options, and then sysprep. So these are 8 options total. But VMware tools was one that I forgot before. So it is VMware tools, and that's the first option we must be installing. So we're going to go step by step now. What are VMware tools? It enhances, it creates advanced features. It enables advanced features in the virtual machine. So if you are in VMware environment, or if you're in Hyper-V environment, or if you're in Citrix Zen server environment, you need to have their tools installed. These tools enable advanced features in the virtual machine, so it's a must. And even basic things you cannot do, like if you want to copy paste from a physical desktop to a virtual machine, Without VMware tools, you cannot even do that. Copy paste between the two environments. So these are must have. So let's install the VMware tools, and this is so important that after that it requires a restart. So even in the VMware course, that is very advanced course and tough course. So in that's called VMware Certified Professional (VCP), and it has a great value in the market as well. So again, the thing is that you would have to install VMware tools in all the machines in the production environment as well. So here we're going to install the VMware tools and we're going to restart now. That's the first thing, and we must restart. After that, we're going to go for other options. So if you are already in that machine, so do you see this white label up there on the VMware workstation? I hope everyone is able to see the white label on the top here. If you right click on the white label here, so these are the options coming, and I hope everyone is able to see these options. The second last one is install VMware tools, this one. So if you see that, go ahead and click that. What it's going to do, it's going to mount the VMware tools to the virtual DVD of this machine. So you can install them on this machine and then restart the machine. So how do you do that? Now it will pop up here. There was a pop-up here for the VMware tools that it was attached to the DVD. I missed it, but so I'm just going to show you. If you go down to the virtual machines yellow folder, go down to the virtual machines, not the physical machine yellow folder which looks the same, right? Go to the virtual machines yellow folder, right? Once you click the yellow folder or the file explorer, it is also called file explorer. If you open the virtual machine yellow folder, then you see this PC. Once you click this PC, you must see that big gray VM written there. Everyone seeing big gray VM? Double click that. So this is the VMware tools that have been mapped to the virtual DVD of this virtual machine. Why? Because we need to really install that, and this is the first and last time we're installing that. Why? Because it's a template machine. So all clones will have the VMware tools already installed. You don't see that? Okay. So it is popping up below here. It is popping up below, and if you click that, so you will see welcome to the installation wizard. I'm coming to your machine. And then it's next, so it is typical, next, finish. So right click here on the top label, right click, yeah, and click this install your tools. And then go to the yellow folder here, yeah. And click this PC, all the drives are showing in this PC. Really, double click that. And we're going to create exactly the same machine at home as well.
Restart, right?
Yes, sir. So it's typical, yeah. So see this? Yeah, Adam, you're there?
Yeah.
Good, very good. Next, and it's typical. That's it. And next, that is installed. So it will be blinking at the bottom of the screen. It will be blinking if it is ready to be installed. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Next. Typical is okay. Next. And install. At the end, it will ask to click finish and then restart. So go ahead and finish if it is finished, and go ahead and restart if it says restart. We must restart because the tools have to be successfully installed for the advanced features to be open. So let's click finish, right? And that's it. It's asking for restart, so go ahead and restart. Press yes. In a virtual environment, the tools for that. So in Zen Server Citrix, it is Zen tools. In VMware, it is VM tools. In Hyper-V, it's Hyper-V tools for virtual machines. The VirtualBox is
Guest edition.
Guest edition, exactly. I was thinking, what was that? Because I was forced to use that in George Brown College, and really it sucks. Or I didn't have experience with that, so I was discovering all the errors there. And I was like, whoa, seriously? Okay, so if it has restarted thanks to SSD drive, so just click these three buttons to send Control-Alt-Delete. And once you click these three buttons to put Control-Alt-Delete here, then we go for small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1, 2, 3, the same class password that we used before. it is installed, starting. So now we can go one by one to all other options. If I go to the list here, so VMware tools are installed. So that is done. I'll put green here. Then the firewall needs to be configured. Let's turn them off. But obviously, this is just for our training environment. You follow the company compliance policies to do these configurations. And we're going to go for correct time zone. We're just going to check if you are on Eastern time zone and your time is correct right now. Turn off IE enhance and shared folder. We're going to create that to end power options one by one. So let's go for firewall off here. And once we go to the virtual machine back here, so I hope everyone's on this step. So if you're in the virtual machine to turn off firewall, let's click the local server. I hope everyone's seeing that. Once you click the local server, on the right side you will see the Windows firewall and private and on is written there. We're just going to turn it off. So let's click on top of this. Adnan there?
Yeah.
Yep. And let's click that private on, and then on the left side you can see turn Windows firewall on or off, this one. Once you click that, you should see this. Turn off Windows firewall and turn off Windows firewall. I'm going to click this and I'm going to click this. So once it is both are clicked, then you have to press OK. That's at the bottom. And that's it. So the private networks profile and the guest or public networks profile are both off. Then the third profile that gets created when you install an Active Directory. We're going to install Active Directory. We're going to really discuss every option in Active Directory. That normally takes, otherwise Active Directory lab is like 5 minutes, but when we discuss the option, we're going to drag it to 2 hours or 3 hours because we need to understand everything. Okay, that's the first thing. It's still showing on. Why? We turn it off, right? So we refresh. No, refresh. See this? Refresh button? Go ahead and refresh that, and you will see that now it is showing the new status of configuration. So always let's click refresh here whenever you make any change. Now second thing is, we can see Windows firewall here, but do you see the scroll bar at the bottom? Not very bottom, just the bottom of this. So go scroll to the right side. I hope everyone got it, right? So once you scroll to the right side, you should be seeing this guy here, IE Enhance Security Configuration, right? IE Enhance Security Configuration, and it is on. Let's turn it off. Let's click that IE Enhance Security. So on the browser, it says, are you sure you want to open that site? It is a local site. We know it's a secure site. It says, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? It keeps on asking. So we need to concentrate on what we're learning, not are you sure, and responding to that. So power off here, and press O and K. Now, yep, you're good, right? And then it's still showing on, so we know what to do. We go up there and refresh this one as well. So now it's going to show the new status, which is off. And you can just check here. Anyone seeing Eastern Time US and Canada? No one is seeing other than this, right? We're good, right? So we're good. So this means that if I go back to checking those options there, so firewall is off. So we check these three things: correct time zone, turn off IE for the browser, and I'll just make them green as well. So then we come to the shared folder, which is a very important feature. The main purpose of this is that you can copy back and forth any software from a physical server to a virtual machine, and from virtual machine to a physical server, right? So how do we do that? And this is very important for our whole environment, and throughout the course we're going to use that feature. So if we are back to the machine here, so you can see that same label on the top for that machine. We need to go there. So we need to right click there and go for settings. So right click on top of this, I hope everyone's there, and click settings. Once you click right click on the top and click settings here, then you see here options tab. I hope everyone's seeing the options tab there. Once you click the options tab here, and now you see the third one, this one, shared folders. Yay! I hope everyone's there. Okay, so once everyone is there, so shared folder on the right side, you should be seeing that it is disabled, and we want it always enabled first of all. And you're going to see that later. We're going to test this feature as well. What does it really do, or how does it look like? Always enables, and then also put it as map as a network drive in Windows guests. So it will appear as a Z drive for us always, and it is mapped to a folder living inside a physical desktop here, right? So well, which folder we need to tell it, hey, always keep me connected to the C drive ISO folder, because all the software is in that folder, ISO folder. We're about to map this virtual machine to a physical folder inside C drive, and that is called ISO, because it has all the software, and we want to copy paste all the software back and forth, right? So if you've clicked those two options here, let's click the add button here. Once you click the add button, the wizard starts here and says, hey, can you tell me which folder in the physical machine you want? So click next. Now it says name the shared folder. So let's click the browse button. As soon as you click the browse, it will show you the folder structure of the physical drive, not the virtual drive anymore. You're outside in the physical drive now. So let's click the browse button here. Once you click the browse button, these are all your actual physical drive folders. So go to the C drive, and I hope you see the ISO folder inside the C drive. So if it looks like this, so just go expand the C drive, and you should see the ISO folder here. If you see that, just select the ISO folder, only select it, that's all, don't go inside that. Just select that and press OK. Were we able to select the ISO folder in the C drive? And press OK. Now this is the folder that will be always mapped. It will be available as a Z drive for all the clones that we create as well, which is good. Whenever you want to copy paste software, big software back and forth, the folder is already shared. So let's press OK and actually test it. So it says that, hey, a virtual machine, I have mapped for you a folder that is living in the physical desktop's C drive and ISO folder. But we have to still test it. Is it really there or not? So if it exactly looks like this, then click next. Enable the share. Yes, it is appearing as a shared folder, so enable it. I want to use it exactly after it is created. And don't make it read-only, which means that I want to copy from here to there. So I'm writing on the other side, on the physical desktop. I want to copy from there to virtual machine. So read-only means that you cannot copy from to another side, which means you're writing on the disk. So do not make it read-only. We can copy from here, virtual machine to physical, and physical to virtual. We want to copy both ways. So keep it like that, enable the share, and no read-only, and then click Finish. So here, now you can see that this is the configuration. Just compare your configurations here. Always enable is selected, map as a network is selected, and then C colon backslash ISO is selected, is showing there. If that is exactly the same, then go down to OK. So let's press O and K. Once you press OK here, now we need to test it. Where is this folder, right? So the yellow folder of your virtual machine, go there. The file explorer of your virtual machine, go there. Then go to this PC, and you should be seeing a Z drive when you click OK. So once you click this PC, do you see the C drive, D drive, and now Z drive? But Z drive is actually a drive mapped to a physical folder in a physical machine. So let's go inside the Z drive. Everyone sees the Z drive, right? So inside the Z drive, the ISO folder is now showing. Inside the ISO folder, now within the virtual machine, you are seeing the subfolders and all the data of a physical machine folder. So that's a very good bridge that you have created between a virtual machine and a physical machine, right? So this is very useful throughout the course. So we understand the purpose of shared folder now. It's a bridge between physical and virtual environment. So you can copy paste back and forth all the data to and from virtual machine and the physical machine. So if you understand that, let's close that folder. And then you see all that, right? As if you're good, right? Everyone good, right? Okay, so here, then we go for the next one, which is the power option. So remember that every 15 minutes, there's an option there. If you don't work here for 15 minutes, it will lock your screen now. So only way to enter is just put the password. But when you are configuring back and forth, and then after every 15 minutes you're coming back, so it's an annoying thing that to put a password every time when you're coming back. Oh, it's again locked. Hey, so because we're going to be coming back and forth to do all kinds of configurations there, right? So we need to not lock this machine when we are not working on this. Now this is only for test environment. In production environment, suppose you have a 35 per hour job, you've been given a laptop and you're working in your cubicle there, and all of a sudden you had to go to the boss, and boss called and it took like 2 hours. So you should always lock your machine when you go, because through your machine and through your privileges, anyone can connect to very critical servers that you're maintaining and simply shut them down. So somebody, I'm passing by and oh, my senior administrator has machine open. I'll just go there and then click, 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 click. Oh, this is the most critical server. That's good. So from his account, I connected and shut down that server. 10,000 users got disconnected and $1 million loss in 4 hours because it was disconnected, and that senior administrator is fired next day. you become senior administrator now, right? Okay, don't do that in the environment, but this is how things can turn really ugly, right? So keep your workstation always locked. Okay, so here we're going for this feature of power option. So if you're in the virtual machine, let's go down to this Windows icon. This is also called Charm. What a name, right? This also is called Charm. Let's go to Charm. Who's Charm? This button. Seriously? And who calls browser a Bing? Oh, anyway. So right click here, and this is Charm. And if we go way up, so I right clicked on the Charm, right? Or on this Windows icon. And if you go way up there, you see this power options. I hope you all see that power options, right? Adnan? Did you right click on the Windows icon? I can show you again, Adnan?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so cool. And right click on top of this and you go way up to the power options. So let's click the power options. And here in the power options, you can see there is a balanced performance that you want, but we are connected to a power all the time, so we need high performance, right? So this is for all the clones as well, which is good. So high performance here, first thing. Second thing is change plan settings. Do not lock my desktop after 15 minutes. So change plan settings, once you click that change plan settings with high performance, I hope you're on the screen now, right? So here, turn off the display in 15 minutes. No. So just slightly change it to never. So 15 minutes and slightly change it to never. And that's it. So go down. So both should be never. So it should not turn off display. Turn off display means it just locks our screen. Okay, so if you have pre-done that option as well, 2 o'clock. So save changes. That was the second last one, and the final one is the most dangerous one.
So it shouldn't be balanced?
No, it should be, well, we can keep balance as well, but high performance is better. And then close, and let's go sysprep, guys. That's the most important option. First thing, if you run sysprep, suppose at home you have a laptop and you go for, or friend's laptop, hey, let me just check that tool, sysprep. So you go to run on the laptop of your friend and run sysprep and press OK and enter. After it is all processed and restarted, then all the applications will not start. Everything will be shattered and broken inside the laptop. So sysprep is a very dangerous tool, right? So do not run it on your friend's laptop, especially unless you don't want friendship. So anyway, now we're gonna go there and we're gonna right click on this virtual machine. Make sure that you're right clicking on the virtual machine. There's a physical desktop one as well. Don't go for that. Virtual machine here. Right click on that and go to. I hope everyone sees the run button here. So let's click the run and type SYSPREP, sysprep. That's the last one, but that's the most critical step. Sysprep, system preparation, right? SYSPREP, and press OK. It's going to create another folder, open another folder. So once you press OK here for sysprep, right, it should open like this. You should see these files. Everyone is seeing that? Anyone not seeing that, let me know. So sysprep, and double click that sysprep, this one. Double click this file and be careful here. So this is system generalize. We click that. You're not there. Oh yeah, you're there. It is there.
Okay.
The folder open, and this is the script file. Double click that. and we're there. And so guys, click the generalize option here, and there's a reboot option, right? So change it to shut down. Why? This template machine must stay shut down forever now. It must not ever power on again. Why? If you power it on, you have to shut it down with sysprep again. If you don't shut it down with sysprep option like this, then when you create a clone after that, it will have the same SID. Now you shut down with sysprep, every clone will have a different SID after that. It must not power on after that. It stays shut down, it will keep on creating clones with unique or different SIDs. That's what we want, right? Not similar SIDs, different SIDs. That's what we want. For that, it has to be shut down with sysprep and generalize option, right? So let's select shut down, generalize. It is out of the box experience. Just means that, you know, suppose you buy a new Windows and then you put it then and you see the new experience. Oh wow, it's installing. So it's going to give you that experience. So when you're starting a clone. So generalize and shut down if this is exactly selected, and make sure it is selected inside a virtual machine, not in the NetPlus desktops. Okay, so here, and even selected inside virtual machine, that's it. Generalize is selected, shut down is selected, and that's it. Press OK. So now, once it is shut down, the final step is change its memory to 4 megabyte. Why? This machine must never start even as an accident. It must never start. Otherwise, this machine's only job is to create clones. For that, it must stay shut down. If it starts accidentally, then shut it down with exactly this step that I showed you just now. Right? Do not shut down normally. Yeah. Yeah. So this machine can only create clones when it is shut down. And if it is shut down only this sysprep way. This is the only way to shut down if you want to make clones that does not have similar SID. They must have different SID, then this whole process is the main guarantee.
You mean talking about the template?
Yes, the template. Sysprep is only run on template. Only run on template machine. Just to create a template machine, you run sysprep. And this is only once. Suppose after 6 months the boss says, hey, update that machine, it is old Windows. I mean, there are so many new updates there. Okay, then power on, install latest updates, and then run sysprep again and shut down exactly like that again. Then when you create the clones after that, it will still have different SIDs, right? So if it is shut down here, the only final step is the RAM must not be 24 GB. This is a workaround that we're doing, so even accidentally you don't start that machine. So just click the memory here. Is it shut down for everyone?
Yeah, just put it 4 megabytes.
Exactly. Click that memory and go down to way down. Make sure it is the last one. Make sure it's the last one.
So why are we doing it?
So it will not have enough RAM to even start. So it cannot start.
Since I have to, can I delete the other one from?
Yeah, delete the other one. That would be, and delete from disk. You know that option? Right click that other one, go to manage, and then delete from disk.
Delete from this.
Go to manage.
Yeah, I went to manage and then delete from this.
Yes, exactly. So guys, make sure it is on 4 MB. If it is on, press OK. Bye bye. That's it. Sign out and bye bye. So I'm gonna be rendering that video by tonight. You should be getting that if you are added to the college email. Cheryl, you have a college email? So, and Rose, you have a college email? So you guys have to. I think Adnan and Sanai and Asif has college email. I'm going to add you 3 there to OneNote. And when you connect now, you should be seeing the OneNote there coming in the OneNote area. So Sharon and Rose, please do talk to Mary, and so I could share material with you. Yeah, so yeah, let me show you. So press OK. Okay guys, see you. All right, thank you. Tomorrow at sharp 9:55. Thank you. Right, and then so if I shut down, keep it shut down. 4 MB RAM is there. Now I'm just gonna simply sign out from the account. So I'm just gonna close that. Oh, okay. And right click here, and then just simply shut down. This is your.
Did the X there is all gone? I click the X on the top there.
Yeah. Now this shut down. This desktop also needs to be shut down. Right click here.
And follow.
Yeah.
Who's the
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. So tomorrow, very important. We have to install Active Directory DNS DHCP, and every concept have to be
After
discussed
cloning, right?
after cloning. Exactly.
No.
No way. This is done.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
So on OneNote, I'll be putting all the download links as well. I'll put a separate link on the top right, download.
So-
740.
Yeah, for 740. And I'll be adding you now to 740. Yes, sir.
Until I get the new,
Mhm.
the powerful thing, so even if I install it won't work, right?
Right now, it will work fine in your laptop. This one, it will work fine.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a very critical lab, yeah,
If I work it now, and if I put the critical lab, then now I do.
later change. Better have as soon as possible. This is a one-time career investment.
Okay.
As soon as possible, if that is the case, majority of the students, they just go right away.
Okay.
Because 7 or 8 classes they have to, or courses they have to do. So one heavy laptop is very important. Right? VMware and cloud. So at step by step you will need it.
So the same configurations, I mean, same.
Exact same.
The same you want or higher? There's no higher. Right?
Oh.
It's the-
Higher is better.
and I'm saying.
Yeah, i7 quad core, 32 GB, and that's it. 500 GB minimum SSD, not less than that. You can have a 16 GB RAM. Suppose it's cheaper right now to have 16 GB, but it should be upgradable to 32 GB. If it's direct 32, wow, good. But that's why I bought it. First I bought up till 16, then later I just bought 2 more because I know it's upgradable to 32. So I just changed it. And even if you don't get SSD now, and it's cheaper now, so it's i7 quad core and 16 GB RAM, but it's upgradable to say 32, and it is right now HDD, but later you can upgrade it to SSD anytime, right? So the basic structure should be very strong, the motherboard and the processor.
So let's say
Mm-hmm.
a month from now, would that be okay if I don't have any computer?
Oh yeah, sure, that would be great. Cool. But you're able to repeat that with your.
Yeah,
you have a 16 GB. Oh, you're good. Your current laptop is good. But later, before fail or clustering lab comes, that is heavy, and several labs are heavy. Yeah.
So I need
Yeah,
powerful.
exactly.